Welcome to LoganRobo's channel, broadcasting live on twitch.tv/LoganRobo and on youtube.com/@LoganRobo. Tonight's game is Ace Attorney Investigations 2, Prosecutor's Gambit. It's been a tough day for Miles Edgeworth. He just lost his job, his daughter with amnesia has run away, but worst of all, the TV at the Big building isn't playing The Steel Samurai. How will he ever get by? Thank you for tuning in to twitch.tv/LoganRobo and youtube.com/@LoganRobo. Please enjoy the stream. And we are live! How is everybody doing? Welcome, welcome, welcome. I see Crystal was here bright and early with a meow. Crystal, did you see I posted more stuff in the moderator chat on Discord? How you doing, Crystal? Oak says, hey, Longa, how you doing? Oh, good to see you here. Kim with a Streamly check-in. It's all in caps, so you know it's gotta be serious. Streamly check-in and hydration reminder off to I go. Good night, Kim. Thank you so much for being here. I will do that. I'll open up a fresh bottle of water. And I will do that hydration right at the top of I almost said the show. I guess this isn't a show, it's kind of a show. The stream, the game, but thank you very much, Kim, I appreciate that. And Oak says, lurk! Editing Nora clip right now, which I'd probably be done in a few minutes. We gotta wait a few minutes, but good luck on the Nora clip. My understanding is that Nora is off watching a friend play soccer. I think she said that on Discord, so she won't be here for the first little bit. But I hope you're enjoying editing the Nora clip. Let's load up the game, first of all, where we left off last time. So if I remember correctly, we're investigating the top of the Big building. Last time was like very dramatic. We turned in our prosecutor badge, and but then Kay disappeared, and so now we gotta go find her. I think the only thing we really had time to investigate was the TV, and Edgeworth was all put off because it wasn't playing the Steel Samurai. So I'm trying to remember, is Gumshoe with us or no? Fender's with us. Yeah, Fender's over here. So we got Fender, we got Needler, and we got a bunch of stuff to investigate. So we're just gonna be getting right into it. Let's talk to our friends first. Hey, Fender. So how did Kay lose her memory? You think there was something she wanted to forget? Maybe some particularly choice words from Miles the Insult comic? Of course not. I wouldn't dream of saying anything so terrible she'd want to forget. Detective Gumshoe, on the other hand, could do with a few more choice words on occasion. Poor guy, I don't envy him one bit. I do like it though when like in this game, Edgeworth has been nice to Gumshoe a couple times. That's warmed the cockles of my heart, which is fun because that's just an excuse to use the word cockles. Well, Mr. Edgeworth, we meet again. What are you two doing up here? Well, seeing as we came all this way, we thought we might as well enjoy some cotton candy. What the heck are you doing here? Looking to get yourself even more hot water? And you use some more profanity in there. It really drives it home. You needn't worry about me, Dr. Hertz. I'll be just fine. Whatever you say, Mr. Soon-to-be ex-prosecutor turned... Wait. Ex-prosecutor turned ex-prosecutor? Wait. Soon-to-be ex-prosecutor. Oh, because he's now soon-to-be ex, and he'll be turned ex-prosecutor. Saw that coming a mile off? Miles Edgeworth off? How is he not soon-to-be? He turned in his badge. I'm pretty sure that they accepted... Oh, and that's right. Last time, we also met our new villain, Winter's dad. I was thinking about something, though. I got to get you guys' opinion on this. So Edgeworth, for all intents and purposes now, is basically unemployed. It's the same thing that happened to Phoenix Wright in the flashbacks like that took place before the very beginning of Apollo Justice, right? Where Phoenix lost his badge. Now Edgeworth has lost or turned in his badge. So is Edgeworth gonna turn into a Phoenix? I wanna see that. I wanna see Edgeworth being all schlubby and like wearing a hoodie, but still has like the frilly neck thing over the hoodie. But if Phoenix becomes Phoenix, we gotta come up with a name for Edgeworth when he's got schlubby clothes. I was trying to think of that as I was getting ready for the stream like 10 minutes ago, and I couldn't think of anything good. Let me read a couple more comments in the chat. Crystal says, hello, hello. Oak says, Nora is keeping me in her basement. You know what, Oak, I gotta be honest, it seems like you are doing a tremendous amount of unpaid labor for Nora. I'm just saying, I hope you're getting some form of compensation. And then Bandit says, hi, how you doing, Bandit? Good to see you here also. Hi to the person lurking over on YouTube. I do check the chat there as well. So we just got like a lot more stuff to read out loud over here on Twitch. But anyway, wait, what? You got fired? As I said, you needn't concern yourself with my affairs. Oh, wait, hang on. If Needler doesn't know about that, how did Hertz know about that? How did Hilda Hertz know that his badge was turned in? Is that a clue? Is Hilda Hertz the murderer? Is she gonna like undo her little giant bun and gonna have like long flowing hair and turn into an evil murderer later? Whip off those, oh, you know what it is? Like in movies, they always got the mousy girl with like the glasses and the hair done up. She pulls off the glasses, whips out her hair, and suddenly she's hot. That's what Hilda Hertz is gonna do. Gonna whip off her glasses under the hair, and then she'll be a hot octogenarian. A hot-degenarian. As I said, you needn't concern yourself with my affairs. If you say so. So, oh, how's Kay doing? She ran away. Uh-oh, did something happen? Maybe I can help? How about an injection? No injections, thank you. Unfortunately, a jab a day does not keep the world's troubles at bay. I learned that out on the street during college. That's right, Miles Edgeworth is a heroin addict. Recovering. Yeah, it did get kind of chilly, huh? Come on, let's head home. All right then, Mr. Edgeworth. Catch you again soon. Howdy. Ooh, oh, come on, old lady. Oh, you walk so slow. Goodbye. Okay, so then the two of them are gone. So now we can look at the cotton candy stand. Again, there's something, I mean, this game never, like this game series, I should say, very rarely does stuff that isn't important. And so the fact that Hilda Hertz knew that he had resigned, but Needler didn't, that's got to be important, right? I hope that my noticing that is something that's got like all of y'all in your spoiler group chat who knows about this game is like buzzing like, oh, how do you catch that? How do you catch that? Hey, yo, yeah, yo, how about some delicious parting clouds, cotton candy to brighten your day? Parting clouds? Is it named for the fact that we're so close to the clouds up here? Our gimmick is we take a normal serving of cotton candy and we split it in half. Part it, if you will. Half the candy, same price, double the profit, and we're laughing all the way to the bank. Maybe don't tell your customers this. Oh, bye-bye.
She's an ordinary human.
Ah, it's a Queen Katie shout out.
Then she's an ordinary magician, not a witch. If she tries to trick me again, I'll crush her in the tongue.
Dang, girl! Dang! Feast on skits, feast on murders!
How did the rest of your stream go, by the way, Queen Katie? After I popped in for a little bit, I had to help my mom fix some dinner, and then I ate some dinner, and I popped in and out, and I caught some stuff every now and then. But how did the rest of it go? I think the third time I popped back in, a raid had already happened. But Queen Katie, so how was the rest of your stream? I should read some more in the chat, because there's Queen Katie. Oh yeah, Queen Katie did already say howdy. Did I ask you guys how you're doing? Crystal, Oak, Kim, Queen Katie, Bandit. How are all of you? Queen Katie said, I finally finished chapter 7, by the way, much earlier than expected, so I raided someone else, but I'm still so darn happy, though. Said on one side, my favorite character lived. She's alive. Isn't that the one that, like, turned evil, though? Is she a bad guy now? On the other hand, apparently, I should have been more worried for my other two favorites. Well, you know, a living favorite in the hand is worth 2 dead favorites in the bush. I think that's how that saying goes, right? Bennett said, I kept playing P3R, and Fuka, join now. I'm on 612 right now. Nice. Fuka's fun. I like Fuka. I'm a Fuka enjoyer. Oak says, it's fun. Edgeworth, stop having affairs. Is he having affairs? Is he cheating on that man? Oak says, I'm concerned now that you've said that. Don't let Hilda be the murderer. I'm in love with her. Well, I'm going to be honest, Oak, we don't have a whole lot of suspects yet. We haven't met a lot of people. I figure we've met Needler, we've met Hilda, and we've met Eustace Winter's dad. Now, I have a feeling that Eustace Winter's dad is going to be like kind of the big bad. So he's probably not the murderer in this one, but he maybe will either be in the next one or at least helping the murderer in the next chapter. Because I think we got one more chapter after this, right? So our options are kind of limited. Well, you know, let's keep going. Maybe we'll meet some people. Or maybe it was Fender. Maybe our new buddy. And maybe that's why Edgeworth is going to go back to being a prosecutor again. Because like, oh, my new boss did a killing. Ooh, that's bad. So yeah, let's see if that's what happens. I don't think your customers will be laughing if you keep sharing that information quite so freely. Can we look? Oh, can we look through the binoculars? No. Oh, there we go. You can insert a coin to take a good look at the distant landscape for a few minutes. Kay absolutely would have been all over this. The Kay I know, anyway. But for now, I'd better focus my powers of observation on this rooftop. Well, I would look through. Maybe we'll see a clue. Can we look at the railing? No. Can we look at the flowers? No. Can we look at the... Oh, yeah, what'd you guys say this was? An alicorn? Because it's a unicorn with wings, isn't that what you guys said? Because it sounded like an alligator or something. Pegasus, the winged horse of legend. No, wait. Isn't that a horn on its forehead? Yes, Pegasus has no horn, but this one does. So clearly this is not Pegasus. This is a horny Pegasus. Just with a horn. With a horn. That's it. So, it's a unicorn? No, that can't be right either. I knew I should have watched that pony show instead of the Steel Samurai. Unicorns don't have wings. What's this? There's a little plaque here at the bottom showing the name of the piece. Contradictions. Well, that'll teach me to bother engaging with such things. Aww. So apparently it's not an alicorn, it's a contradiction. What is this square thing on the ground here? That's gotta be important. Oh, what do you want to bet that this is like where Kay was standing? Because she was like by the cherry tree. What if she's standing here and it like sprung out and threw up? Or maybe it's like a trap door and she fell through so she didn't actually fall off the building. Because she should not have lived if she fell off the building. This stuff's obviously important, so let's come back. Let's check out these little griffins. The beak and wings of a bird and the body of a lion. Sorry, my earbud's falling out. I guess these statues are meant to guard the peace of this little rooftop haven. I have to say, they're incredibly detailed, almost frighteningly so. Instead of feeling... Why? Miles, why are you looking directly at the camera? You were looking at the statue. He's talking to us in his brain. Viewer, you at home, instead of feeling welcomed, I wonder how many people have been scared off by these instead. Now I'm back to this. No more breaking the fourth wall for Miles Edgeworth, former prosecutor at law. Oh, look, he got like smaller. It's showing this, or is that is it just me? It looks like he gets smaller there. Maybe it's just the change in color. Maybe it's it looks like he's getting smaller and bigger. It's like, that's neat. It's 3D. Okay, let's check this little trapdoor thing. It's a pretty, we're looking at the cherry tree, never mind. It's a pretty sizable cherry tree. Its flowers are just on the cusp of full bloom, according to what Kay told us. She was standing beneath this tree until she was pushed and fell. Where Kay was standing, Kay remembers standing beneath a cherry tree. It's nice seeing her in her old outfit again. Oh, that's it? Can I not look at... Oh, here we go. Look at the railing, maybe. I'll read a couple more comments in the chat, though. Queen Katie says, Logan, Hilda knew about the rumors about him being eventually fired ages before that happened. Okay, so maybe that's all it was. It sounded like maybe she knew that we'd turn in our badge. Because she called us ex-prosecutor to be soon to be ex-prosecutor. Okay, so maybe that's all it was. I thought I picked up on some, but I guess not. Queen Katie says, anyway, Crystal, may I have a shout out, please? Buggets. Doc says, hello all. How you doing, Doc? welcome, welcome. I feel like we don't get to see you as often these days, so I'm excited when we do get to see you here. Crystal says to Queen Katie, in one condition, say Nora is gay. Doc says, I'm here to inform Logan that no gal was in my dream last night. What was he doing? What was that? What was that scoundrel up to in your dreams, Doc? Oh, and over on YouTube, Crystal says, small edgy boy. He's a small edgy boy. That is true. And Quickie said, Crystal, I have an entire clip about that. Crystal says, okay, fair enough, and then does the shout out. Okay, so the person in the raincoat that Kay saw supposedly approached her from the direction of the concession stand. Is that, it's gonna be related to the cotton candy somehow? Which would suggest that she was pushed over this railing here. Railing, Kay was pushed by a person, red raincoat, who walked toward her from the concession stand. Except she'd be dead. So she must have been like, she must have fallen down the trapdoor instead, or like through a skylight or something. The railing is chest high. You'd have to try really hard to go tumbling over the edge of it and just lariat somebody. Like, I've seen pro wrestling moves. People can push someone over the ropes, the turnbuckle or whatever they're called. Everything looks sturdy enough too. Well, I mean, nothing was broken. Okay, so, I mean, I guess we can talk to Fender, but we didn't go into a present things to him. We've looked at everything. What have we not looked at yet? Can we leave? Can't leave. Huh? What? Huh? Who's that? Eek, I'm Kate. I'm still here, but I'm dying again. Oh, if only Miles Edgeworth was a more attentive father figure. What? Was she in the tree? Hi. I was up a tree. I was hoping you'd start barking up it so I could go, hey, you're barking up the right tree. It's not that great of a joke. Cut me some slack. I got amnesia. Okay. Don't mind me. I was just lying in wait. Okay, that sounds like something the old Kay would say, right? That would make you a criminal, Kay. Perhaps you meant to say laying low. I don't know, lying in wait. You can do that for anything, for non-criminal activities. Oh, yes, that. Nevertheless, I doubt people will look kindly on the suspect haunting the site of her supposed crime. I look less kindly on the fact that her bandage keeps switching sides of her face. Oh, over on YouTube, Valtube says we're on case 4. Let's go, Valtube. How you doing? I still think last stream was really dramatic. The whole scene with Edgeworth turning in his badge was fantastic. But how you doing, Valtube? I don't like how distressed Kay is in this. Makes me feel protective of her. Crystal says, hello, Val. Valtube says, hello, Crystal. Over on Twitch, Queen Katie said, thank you, salute. Atlantic says, hey, how you doing, Atlantic? Crystal said, doing awesome. Queen Katie said, yes, the favorite became evil. She's a hot baddie now. I instantly said, hear me out when it happened. Oh, is that what the context was? I saw on the Discord, there was a clip where someone appeared and you started, it sounded like you were hyperventilating. I was worried for your health. And then you were like hearing me out about someone. So that's who it was, Queen Katie. Doc said, man, I gotta get back to P3. Monster Prom took over my brain for a bit. I did play a little bit of Monster Prom one time with our buddy Classic Brian. We did one playthrough. Now Classic Brian is a fun guy to play with. Bandit says, I'm okay. I have finals in a couple weeks and I have a math test today, so I'm a little tired. I'm sorry, but at least the test was math. That's good, right? Or am I the only one? Crystal said, it's an alicorn. Doc says, yeah, Pegasus doesn't have a horn. He has the Millennium Eye. There we go. That's how you look at it. I just remember when I first watched Yu-Gi-Oh! I was convinced that after that Duelist Kingdom story arc that Pegasus had like died and they just didn't do it because of the censoring. And so then when he showed up later, I was like, oh, I guess he survived. Because they would do that in like 4Kids type of censored anime, right? Especially Yu-Gi-Oh! Everything's like, oh no, these buzzsaws won't cut off your legs. It's just a dark dual disc that if it touches you, will send you to the Shadow Realm. Anyway. Nevertheless, I doubt people will look kindly on a suspect haunting the site of her supposed crime. Surely you do understand that, even in your current state. On top of which, you've been playing hide and go seek. Oh, while you've been playing hide and go seek, I've been worried sick and frantically trying to find you. Okay, I do like that Edgeworth is admitting that he's like, has emotions here. Are you mad at me? No, he's not mad, Kay. He's not mad. He is dad. He's a dad that loves you. And sometimes does get mad, but in this case, no. Oh, I know he is. I'm sorry, Kay. No, he is mad at you. He is so mad at you. Kay, you are grounded. Of course I am. Ah! Now, what were you thinking coming back here? So mad. I don't know how to properly express my emotions. Did you think your amnesia would excuse your recklessness? No. I came to try to help you get your badge back. What? I thought if I could get my memory back, I might be able to remember killing that poor woman. I thought if I came back to where I lost my memory, maybe I could kill again. Question mark? I'm looking at you very pleasantly right now. There's one thing you haven't lost, you know. Your ability to surpass my expectations at every turn. I'm speaking more quietly now, because we're having an emotional moment here, okay? I couldn't be more certain now that you're the Kay I know so very well. Do we have to get your memory back? I like you being polite. However, I don't appreciate you being so reckless, do you hear me? I'm sorry. Oh, seriously, Miles, you're killing me here. You were banking good guy points and then you went and blew it by blowing your top. Good to see you, kiddo. Glad you're safe. Glad to see you're safe. Come on, bring it in. It's been too long since old Fender has had a hug with an underage girl. That's not appropriate. No, don't say okay. Don't hug him. That's this weird thing he does. Why, eating paper is the other weird thing. We haven't seen him do that since he was an adult. His colon is probably packed tight. It's like whenever you see like landfills and documentaries and they show, oh, look at all the paper that's in here. That's his colon. It's like mummified from the inside. Oh, that's the spirit. Not now, Fender! Yeesh, I was just trying to lighten the mood. Oh, what? Is that someone's phone? Oh, here we go. Live news from the Big building where a shocking murder took place earlier today. Police continue their hunt for a young woman known to have been present at the scene. She's considered the prime suspect, and police say no effort is being spared in trying to track her down. Maybe hide her from the peering gaze of the cotton candy man. He could turn her in. I should read some more chat. Queeky said BRB gonna stretch and nab wafers. I got milk this time. Nice. Oak says unlurk. Done editing and scheduling. Nice. Congratulations, Oak. Honestly, the scheduling is what I hate the most. It just takes so long. Like, well, the editing takes the longest, but the uploading and scheduling, and mainly it's just TikTok because it's so sluggish. Oak said, chat, should I get ice cream? Do you have ice cream? Do you have flavors ice? Chat, should I get ice cream? Doc says, yes. Crystal says, yes. Crystal says, he def gets small. Okay, so it wasn't just my imagination. Doc said, pretty sure he was impersonating you. People were talking about a LoganRobo who's fast at playing games. That's how you know it's not me. And just the fact that people are talking about that LoganRobo. Over on YouTube, let's see, Valtube is saying, oh, wait, hang on, did I skip ahead? Because Crystal was saying, edgy boy, become defense attorney already. Valtube was saying, it always makes me happy how happy Logan is when another chat member appears. Oh, thank you. I like seeing people I know. It makes me, I've said this before, I could play these games by myself, but I like hanging out with people, so I just get happy every time. I hope it doesn't ever get annoying, so I'm glad that you like it, Valtube. Valtube said, Logan believes in Dadworth, let's go! Crystal says, Daddy Miles. Valtube says, the emotional moment OST is so darn good. It doesn't feel like it belongs in this game, though. I'm not sure what game it belongs in, but it feels like, because it's like, I don't know, like a little too sincere. I think I'm just used to the Faye Sisters song playing in the regular Ace Attorney games whenever it's emotional. In this one, it's like, should this be like a different RPG we're playing with? but I'll get used to it. It is good. It's good. It's just not what I'm used to with this game. But this game does have great music. Let's see. Oak says, Logan, I hate to yuck your yum, but I heard zero chatting in spoiler chat about your Hilda theory. Okay, so it's wrong. Well, it's like Queen Katie said, that, you know what it probably is? Hilda's probably getting it on with Eustace's dad, and that's their pillow talk. He's just telling her all about the people he's planning to get fired. Crystal says, laughing at Oak. Magpie says, hello, how you doing, Magpie? Says Magpie flying in. I spent today learning how to train large language models. It was a lot, but very educational. I don't like AI, but I think there's value in learning it anyway. I do think there's probably like practical, ethical applications for AI. I just feel like most people want to use it for other things these days. Crystal said, welcome in, Magpie. Oak says, no, Kay. Ha.
Hey, I am the one getting IT on with Hilda. Good.
Ah! Thank you for the 10 bits. For some reason, when I glanced over and saw it all in quotes, or in caps, I just imagined that as being said, because you, Oak, you are a Breaking Bad enjoyer. You remember the scene with Walter White is like, I am the one who knocked. You hear the door knocking at me and you're worried something's happening. How'd it go? You know, I'm the one who knocks. I am the danger. I'm the one who knocks. That I just imagine you, like Walter White doing that. I am the one who gets it on with Hilda Hertz. Anyway, I'll stop rambling about that gross type of stuff. Thank you very much for the 10 bits. She'd probably be a less annoying wife than Skylar White. Anyway, Kay. Oh, mama, they're not messing around, huh? Well, team, what's the plan? Looks like the clock's ticking down and fast. Indeed, it's only a matter of time before they find us. Well, I mean, we're like at the scene of the crime, not hiding or disguised in any way. So yeah, we're not good at being on the lam. All right, first things first, Kay, you're sticking with us from now on, capiche? But I've caused you so much trouble already. You can hardly make things any worse for me at this point. Mr. Edgeworth, you've hit rock bottom. Well, then it's settled. We're in this together like the Three Musketeers. Miles will be in charge of proving Kay innocent. And I will, believe me. And I'm gonna need you to do everything you can to help him with his investigating, okay? Kay, then what are you doing, Fender? Yes, of course. Great, now we gotta move quick. Can't be getting bagged by the boys in blue before we've even started. You two may not have any more to lose, but your Uncle Eddie sure does. Gregory would never forgive me if I got the family office shut down. I'm just leaving. Just bye, everybody. I'm gonna jump off the building. Thank you, Fender. I'm sure I owe you more than I'll ever really know. You know what? This would be a perfect place to have the Phoenix Wright cameo. Like, we look through the binoculars, and then we see, like, Phoenix and Maya having burgers. You know, Kay, come here. I know I already clicked it, but maybe now you'll be excited. You can insert a coin to take a good look at the distant landscape for a few minutes. Kay absolutely would have been all over this. But for now, oh, darn it. Okay, so it's nothing new. But what else is there to... Okay, we can look at the TV again. Okay. I wish he would follow me so we can see if, like, this overworld sprite also has her bandage switch sides. Okay, so we can look at the TV. Can we look at the trapdoor yet? And we can talk to Fender. Okay, so let's talk to Kay and, no, let's look at the TV first. 17-year-old sought in connection with... Look at how tall that building is! There is no way she survived to fall off of this building. As you can see, they're still hard at work upon the 50th floor. Oh, is that what the... Oh, so is that the floor where the prosecutorial committee is? So that's just like 2 floors down from the roof? That's where the Committee for Prosecutorial Excellence holds their disciplinary hearings, correct? Okay, for some reason I thought they were like down on the ground floor. Okay, so they're second from the top. So they're really not far. So maybe that trapdoor leads to that room and the murdered person fell through there? And that's right. There have been many people walking by the windows all evening, and this is one serious investigation. Wait, how have they been walking by the windows of the 50th floor? And again, 50, that is too high to fall from and live. She should be liquid upon the pavement, or gelatinous, something splatted. Well, this doesn't make our chances of getting out of here with Kay any rosier. We'll have to find a way to slip past the press. I'm a cool and mysterious customer, Miles Areno, but I'm no spy. Maybe we can use him as a decoy if things get desperate. Okay, whatever you're thinking, quit it. I can tell it doesn't end well for me. I must scour the scene and inspect anything that catches my attention. The clock, maybe? That's what would catch my attention. We even got the deduce, but can we click on how it's live? Oh, you can't see this behind my camera. It looks like this is being broadcast live, which means we're looking at the big building in real time. Also, if we walk over here, we can wave and go, hi, 17-year-old murder suspects right here. Does that mean we're on TV too? I don't think so. The camera is far away enough and it's just dark enough that I think we'll be safe for now. At least, we'd better be. If Kay is spotted, things will go from bad to worse before we know it. Okay, so that's when we look at the clock. We look at all these other floors. Down here, can we look at the glowy floor? Oh, and the rooftop apparently. So it's just the building and then that floor. As you can see, there's still hard work upon the 50th floor. I should read some more in the chat, though. Let me have a sip of water. I'll read some more in the chat. Oak says, no, Kay! Did she bump her head again and regain her memories? As we know from Flintstone's rules, that is how it works. If you clobber someone with a bowling ball and they lose their memory, you clobber them again with a bowling ball. Surely they won't die, they'll just get their memory back. Queen Katie says, kitty cat Kay. Doc says, crazy Kay got amnesia and she didn't even need to be hit with a fire hydrant. Maybe when she fell, again, it can't be off the building. It has to have been like through that trapdoor thing. Or out of the tree again, or whatever. Wherever she fell, maybe she hit her head on a fire hydrant that way. We get to say, oh my gosh, the milk hit so hard. Oh, milk is so good. Bumbo says, boo, ah! I am trying to play with my friends, but having issues. We'll be here till it works. What do you play with your friends? Bumbo, I'm sorry you're having issues, but I'm glad that it allows you to be here with us. Oak says, snagged ice cream. Queekita said, highly rec Shamrock Farms milk. It's so good. Oak said, I only just streamed a few weeks ago, and the Shadow Realm is a 4Kids thing and not just a Yu-Gi-Oh thing. Wait, was the Shadow Realm in other 4Kids shows too? Doc said, really following in Gregory's footsteps. He's Dadworth now. Yay! Oak says, Miles Dadworth. Over on YouTube, Crystal says, Daddy Miles. Val, oh, I already read that. Oh, Opinion, how you doing? Says, hello, hello. I was distracted reading fan fiction about Eustace because I'm always thinking about her. You know what? As long as you're enjoying it. As long as you're enjoying life. I mean, we'd love for you to be here like at the beginning. Holy crap, speaking of the beginning, we're a half hour into stream. I need to stop being surprised by that, but I don't know how it happens. I'll show up, I'll play a game for like 5 minutes with you guys, then I'll look down and a whole evening has passed by. But how you doing, Opinion? I'll read a couple more comments in the Twitch chat here. Queen Gator said, by the way, there's a good chance for both a spoiler clip and a name fact tonight. Oh, so does that mean we're gonna meet somebody new? Oh, or maybe it'll be, wasn't there a name fact, a part of the name fact about Eustace's dad or somebody that we couldn't see yet because it'd be spoilers? I can't remember. Well, no, because we did his because this had a lighter, huh?
No, I just never knew that the Shadow Realm wasn't in the original Yu-Gi-Oh!
Oh!
I never watched it, so I thought it was just a Yu-Gi-Oh! Joke and not joking about the 4Kids stuff specifically.
Oh, yeah. Oh.
Boo.
Ah! Well, thank you very much for the 10 bits. I personally, although I think it is disrespectful to the source material, yada, 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 I find those types of censorship things very entertaining, like they did with Yu-Gi-Oh, like they did with One Piece. Like my favorite is what they did with Dragon Ball Z, because like those early arcs of Dragon Ball Z that were edited for, I don't know if it was for kids or no, I think it was before that even. So I don't know who it was for specifically, but they were very heavily censored, and like they were very violent. Like a lot of characters would die. And they were just so obvious, like they would just replace the word die with get sent to another dimension. They're like, I'm going to send you to another dimension. Or like someone to be on the ground dying with like a gaping hole in their stomach and missing limbs, like, and then the body would just blink out of existence. They go, oh no, he got sent to another dimension. Or like I think one time Vegeta blew up an entire planet. And like, oh, he sent the entire population of that planet to another dimension. It's just like that stuff. Or I remember one time I think Nappa blew up a helicopter and then it cuts to a horrified Krillin who's like, ah, and the line they gave him was like, ah, it blew up, but don't worry, the reporters are parachuting out, or like it was an unmanned drone helicopter or something like that. I derive so much enjoyment from that. I don't know why, but I find it very entertaining. So thank you very much for the 10 bits, Oak. Okay, let's keep going with this. As you can see, they're still hard at work upon the 50th floor. Oh, I just realized 2 different people. It's an announcer and a reporter. Ah, they sound the same. That's where the Committee for Prosecutorial Excellence holds their disciplinary hearings, correct? That's right. There have been people... Oh, this is the same dialogue as before. I guess they're still working in the committee chamber. The reporter's right. You can see people moving around. Or maybe... Oh, maybe by the window you mean like people inside there. Wait. Something's very wrong with this picture. And I can use a certain piece of evidence to help me deduce exactly what. Okay. I don't know what the crap you're talking about, Edgeworth, so let me review my evidence. I don't even remember that we have evidence yet. Did we collect evidence? I think we got the stuff that Kay had with her, like the Jamma Ninja mask and her pin, and then like her statement. What other evidence do we have? Yeah, Jamma Ninja mask. Oh, wait. Oh, we don't have her badge anymore. We should wear Kay's pin as our new badge to defend her honor. Oak!
I don't think this counts as spoilers, but in One Piece there's an amnesia plotline where one of the characters hits their head and loses their memory, and then they get their memory back by hitting their head again. It's the most annoying thing in all of One Piece besides the fake out deaths, probably. Boo.
Ah! Wait. Wait, what happened there? The Boo, and then there was more. Oh, Boo, also only 1 month from subscription, baby. I know, have you picked out a name yet? Thank you so much for re-upping the sub and using your Prime for that. I really, really appreciate it. Thank you, Oak. And I'm trying to think if I saw that or not, because that sounds vaguely familiar. I feel like in Alabasta, somebody got amnesia. Or maybe it was just I keep forgetting his name. You guys have told me his name a couple times. The Swan guy that he showed up. No, but I think it's just because he didn't know the Straw Hats were his enemies or something like that. Yes, the amnesia thing, it can be annoying. Have any of you guys ever watched the old TV show? It was like kind of a thriller show. I don't know what category genre you'd say. 24, the one where the whole concept was that the entire season takes place in real time over the course of 24 hours. And so it's like each episode is like 1 hour. And so it's 24 episodes. And they obviously cut out little commercial breaks or whatever. But in the, I can't remember if it was the first or the second season, which are the best seasons. Like, don't watch any after that. But the first 2 seasons are phenomenal. There is a part where one character gets like amnesia briefly. And it's like, it just kind of feels like crap. The writers have run out of things to pad out this 24-hour day. And so this character just gets amnesia for like an hour or 2 hours or something like that. But thank you very much for the 10 bits. I appreciate it. Oh, over on YouTube, there's a little bit more going on there. Quigator said, Logan, do yell for a potato if you need a guide. But I have faith in you. Okay, I hope I don't have faith in me. I just don't. But I'll pretend I have faith in me. But thank you very much, Queen Katie. So yeah, let's take a look. We got to find evidence that works, that is related to the fact that they're on the 50th floor. Is it the fact that is it that there's a floor in between the roof and that chamber? And that if they're saying that Kay was on the roof, then that there's a whole other floor that they would have to go through in between there. The Yatagrasu pin that Kay always wears, a mask modeled on the Jamma Ninja's face made of cheap plastic. A letter Kay was carrying, it's addressed to her. A stub from a ticket granting entry to the viewing platform on top of the big building. Magenta flower made of fabric that is usually worn on the chest as a decoration, torn from the victim's clothes. Big building pamphlet contains a cross-section of the building and the viewing platform. Oh, this shows where the... Oh, look at that! It's this! This shows like viewing platform and a floor, but the video feed shows another floor there. I just want to review the other piece of evidence real quick. Kay remembers a person coming from beyond the concession stand, pushed her off the building. A 3-armed candle holder that may have been a murder weapon, judging by the wounds to the victim's chest. Oh yeah, the key card grants it entry committee chamber. Initial findings, cause of death, stab wound to the chest, head injuries sustained post-mortem. Record key cards used to enter the committee chamber. That's right, because we found out that the other one was Verity Gabel, 32461983. Letter that appears to have been written to the victim by Kay. Okay, so we want to deduce. Okay, do we click on this floor? I think we probably click on the empty floor. We'll deduce. There's a contradiction here, hiding in plain sight. And we'll do the pamphlet. Present. We did just save, so if we click the wrong thing. Question: how many floors does this building have? Oh, easy. 50, right? No! 52! There are 51 levels. And then the roof has a floor. There's a floor. Yeah, it is. Easy. 50, right? Kind of ironic that just a few feet above where the committee works its ugly little schemes is a place where starry-eyed young romantics come to wish for everlasting smoochy times. Chat. Chat, I want everlasting smoochy times. Chat, may I please have everlasting smoochy times? But Dad, what's that dark space above the 50th floor? Maybe the 50th floor just has like vaulted ceilings or something. The gloomy underbelly of love? I don't know. Wait a minute. Exactly. The committee chamber is supposed to be on the top floor, directly beneath the viewing platform. But it actually appears to be located one floor below that. Clearly contradicting the supposed facts. Maybe whoever wrote the pamphlet made a mistake. Or maybe that's a secret floor. Maybe it's like employees only. It's like, don't put that on the pamphlet. Yeah, somehow I don't think so. Call me crazy, but yes, I will call you crazy. That is your name now. Crazy. There appears to be a hidden 51st floor. Is there a 51st floor? It seems there's an extra floor between the 50th floor and the roof. But again, yeah, so if they're saying the person... Are we saying the person fell? Or was the fact that Kay was up here that somehow gives her access down? Wow, and that's where they keep the gloomy underbelly of love. Chad, you know, as much as I want, you know, eternal smoochy times, I would settle for a gloomy underbelly of love. Can I have that, Chad? Oh, my heart, you didn't need to take it quite so literally, Kay. Good, then perhaps we can take this more seriously instead. Oh, come on, have you met me, Miles? That might be easier said than done. It will still be easier than trying to enjoy your so-called jokes. Okay, so that's like everything, right? Because we clicked the building and we clicked that floor. Can we click out here? Can we talk about how it's impossible that Kay would have survived if she fell from that height? All right, Kay, what do you got to say? I hope I've been of help to you so far as I just stand here and do nothing but risk being spotted and or caught. Can we present new stuff to her? The victim's letter? Is there some kind of contract? In a way, it appears to be a criminal contract of sorts, I suppose you could say. A criminal? Oh, and I wrote this? The letter isn't handwritten, so it's hard to say who actually wrote it. I see. Okay, what about the keycard report? I'm sorry, I don't remember you well enough to accept. Okay, that's what she says when she has nothing to say. Dead body. I'm sorry, I cannot accept a dead body if I don't know you well enough. If we get to know each other more, then you can give me a dead body. But not until I know you better. Candelabrum. No? Yeah, can we please review her previous statement? I remember the person in the red raincoat. That much I'm pretty sure of. But were they really coming toward you from beyond the concession stand? Yes, they were walking right toward me. And I have proof, of course I do. I remember they had legs. But there's nothing out there beyond the stand. How could they have been walking on thin air? I don't know, maybe they were... Oh yeah, we've already had this dialogue before. That's right, because Edgeworth for some reason doesn't believe in ghosts in a universe where ghosts canonically have been scientifically proven in a court of law. What do you remember, Kay? I came back here because I thought I might jog my memory. How about we go over what you remember one more time? Okay, we're standing under the tree, sheltering from the rain. Have we checked to make sure that, like, it was yesterday that this happened? Maybe she had amnesia for 2 days. Was it raining yesterday? Then I saw a person in a red raincoat. And then they pushed me. Can you remember anything specific about the person in the raincoat? Sorry, I just can't recall anything. Oh, but there is one thing. I could see the moon over their shoulder as they came closer and closer. The moon? Are we gonna look up at the... Hey! Oh, it's a full moon! There'd be some werewolves out there. Let me read a couple more comments in the chat because I'm already getting further behind. Let's see. Oak says to Doc, he should only follow a few of Gregory's footsteps. Some of his footsteps led the wrong way. Don't follow any footsteps that lead into an elevator. How about that? Oak said, don't follow the dying footsteps. Scheduling is by far the worst part of making clips. Oh, it's like the least fun part, definitely. Oak said, no, actually, I think the least fun part is editing all the captions. making sure there aren't typos and getting the timing right on it. Quick said, I'm a little salty that Nora's not going to be here, apparently, because there's something I was hoping for her to see tonight, but I guess she'll miss it. Well, she said in Discord that she's at a friend's soccer game, so maybe she'll be here later. I don't know. We'll see. Oak said to Queen Katie, nah, she's gonna be here soon, I think. Queen Katie said, I hope so, Oak. Oak said, she's just not here for a little bit because of soccer game, but she DM'd me that she's on her way home. Queen Katie said, I hope she gets here before the end of the current guide page. Oak said, hey, Skylar is great. I love Skylar. You're the one. You're the one. No, I mean, here's the thing. Skylar, I think, gets more hate than she necessarily deserves, but she's not a likable character, personally, I think. Oak said, to be honest, editing is pretty fast. I have a template, and all I have to really do is drag in the clip, crop it, edit it, Premiere audio captions, and maybe some additional stuff depending on the clip. But scheduling sucks. See, what I have to do is, like you said, all that drag and drop stuff, that is quick, that is easy, that is fun. I got to do the captions, and then I gotta like format them manually and space them out, because like Premiere is like so random with what it thinks you're saying, or what it thinks I'm saying anyway, and where it puts stuff, and then I have to like change the audio. I have to go to every part where like the game dialogue is and bump the audio up, sometimes pull my audio down, add a limiter so that none of it peaks, and it takes forever. Doc says, actually, Edgeworth hasn't hit rock bottom. It's all over when he loses his cravat. That's why, like I'm saying, if he ever becomes a Phoenix-like character, I want him to, in his grubby hoodie, or whatever he's wearing. You know, Phoenix has the hoodie, so maybe Edgeworth could have like a, is it inappropriate these days in this modern day, in this year of 2025 to call like those type of tank tops a wife beater still, you know, those things, one of those, but just with like the neck frill over top of it. Bandit says, I just unlocked Theurgies! Congratulations, Bandit! Although I keep saying it wrong, keep saying Theurgies instead of Theurgies. Magpie says, you look through the binoculars and they just focus directly on Phoenix's butt / silly, and Edgeworth recognizes it instantly. I'd actually love that. You guys said that there is a Phoenix cameo in here somewhere. I missed it in the first game. I gotta keep an eye out for it and try and find it in this game. So if we get close, maybe like try and nudge me in the right direction so I don't miss it.
I think Skylar is a great character, but from Walter's perspective she isn't super likable. I just like her BC. I hate Walt and am constantly rooting against him. Boo.
Thank you for the 10 bits here. Okay, quickly my thoughts on that, because I assume some of you haven't seen Breaking Bad. With Skylar, I think a lot of the stuff with her and Ted made her less sympathetic. But I do understand like hating Walt because he becomes a horrible person. The whole thing is what was it that Vince Gilligan, isn't that his name, called it? It's like Mr. Tibbs or something like that becomes Al Capone. It's about a guy's fall and becoming terrible and horrible, and instead of a bad person being redeemed, it's a good person becoming unredeemable. And there is like a very specific moment in that series where it's like, okay, from here on out, I can no longer feel bad for Walt, because from this point onward, it is his fault. He had an out, he had a solution. I should play some game, apparently. Let me read just one or two more really, really quick comments, though. Doc said, what if this is the ghost of Kay? Wouldn't that be great if at the very end, like we go through the entire rest of the game and at the very end, Kay just like fades away. And then a caption at the bottom just says, turns out Kay was a ghost. She really did die off the building. And that's it. And then credits. Oak said, Hilda doing that, Twitter's dad wed. Doc says, oh, Oak says, what? Doc says, I think you know. Oak says, knows what? And Quiggin said, it's the clock from Persona 3 Reload on the side of the building. It is a spooky looking clock. Let's play. Yes, it's all very fuzzy, but it was in the exact same place as it is right now. Hang on. I could see the moon over their shoulder as they came closer and closer. The moon, yes, it's all very fuzzy, but it was the exact same place it is right now. Okay, two things. First, the obvious thing is that if Kay was looking this direction toward the cotton candy stand, the moon wouldn't be behind her. And second, chat, nothing. We gotta talk, chat. Real talk here for just a second. Chat, nothing has ruined my ability to enjoy fiction more than working at a planetarium with their education and presentation department stuff. The moon changes its position pretty dramatically from night to night. I don't know if you guys realize, I was not like completely other side of the sky, but it changes. Like, you guys know that, right? If you look up one day, you're like, wow, the moon is just here. Let me take down my camera so you can see where it is for a second here. If you look and you say, ooh, wow, the moon is just above this building right here, and then go back at the same time the next night, the moon will not be above that building. It won't be still right there. That is not how it works. Do you guys want me to show you how it works? I can take this opportunity to teach you, to educate you on how the moon works. I could probably use the clip viewer here. And let's see if we can do this. I'm gonna see if I can. Hang on, pull up the moon tonight. Okay, let's see if we go here. We want the moon. Okay, we gotta see the moon. I wanna see. Okay, here we go. I gotta set my location. So notice where I'm looking this from. I'm not gonna put that up. So I'm pulling up a star chart or whatever of the moon. And check this out. So there is the moon tonight. It's right there. It's next to the constellation. It's the constellation of Virgo. You can tell there's a very bright star right there called Spica. If you're wondering how to find Spica, if you look to the Big Dipper's handle has a curve to it. If you pretend the curve's part of a larger circle and follow the arc of it around, the next bright star you'll find is called Arcturus, and then the next bright star you'll find after that is called Spica, part of the constellation of Virgo. So that's where the moon is tonight. So let's see what happens if we, can we change time? Yeah, there we go. Wait, what? Lock in the sky. And we changed for like last night. Oh, here we go the night before. We'll go ahead of time. Huh?
Logan, this is why you shouldn't get an education. It'll make it harder to play video games. Get back inside and wash the smell of grass off your body with Axe.
With Axe? No, I don't want to use. Thank you for the 10 bits oak. But yeah, look at this. Okay, we're gonna lock onto the object because apparently it goes behind this timer. But look, see, it's like way up here, and then it comes down here, and then it goes down next to Spica, and then it doesn't stay in the same spot. It moves. Because I don't know if you guys realize this, the moon is orbiting around the Earth. It does that once every 29 and a half days. Doesn't take very long. But you're right, I should probably stop doing this. I just looked and we lost like literally about 25% of our lurkers from me doing this. So I apologize for that. I should be more mindful of what people actually want to see rather than what I want to talk about. So let's play some more of the game and see if we can bring people back, shall we? Thank you very much for the 10 bits.
It was in the exact same place it is right now. Floating up there above the cherry blossoms.
So the moon was visible over the mysterious figure's shoulder. We shouldn't even need to plug this in though if the whole thing is like, well, the moon is over there or it's over there. The moon, Kay saw the moon shining over the shoulder of the person in the red raincoat. It's the same part, it's in this, okay, there we go, the same part of the sky tonight. Same general area. At least she was like exact same spot. That's new information. I should keep it in mind. Other recollections.
I keep feeling like there's something just on the edge of my memory.
There is? It could be the clue we need. All right, just let it float to the top of your mind and say whatever comes into your thoughts.
All right, okay, I'm seeing, it's very faint, but, I'm seeing a small restaurant, just a counter and some seats, and oh, there's this incredible smell. A beautiful golden soup, not too thick, and it tastes just right. It's filled with delicious noodles. Oh, they're firm, but not too firm. And that's when a thought crossed my mind. I'm gonna order another bowl!
A captivating memory, but sadly one that has nothing to do with the case. I'd like to think that was Edgeworth and Gumshoe taking her for some noodles. Kay Faraday, you used to say that you were the second great thief Yatagarasu, a noble outlaw dedicated to stealing the truth. Do you really not remember any of that?
I think you're right, I was a noble!
Not a noble, Kay, a noble outlaw. Still, I suppose you got halfway there. And that's it, okay. So obviously we're gonna need to put some pieces together in our brain. Can we investigate the tree some more? That's that trapdoor. An offender. You got something to say, bro?
I can't believe this thing's made the news already. How'd they do it, huh? Hey, think they're filming us from the chopper up there right now? You know, there's a full moon in the sky, but if the two of us drop trowel, we can give another full moon to the camera crew. Go check the TV for me, Miles Areno, and then call the FCC and report it for nudity. Need to make sure they're catching my good side. My good side is my bottom side. Seriously, I do so much manscaping down there. I have a very hairy butt, but I shave around it to create shapes. Now, at a time like this.
Okay, so that's all he said. So I guess we gotta put together puzzle pieces in our brain. Unless, can we look at the unicorn again? Is there anything else that is like unchecked? Okay, why are you just staying there, Goyle? Okay, let's save and let's put together puzzle pieces in our brain pan. There we go, and I should also read some chat. Oak said, just want to know when it happens. Quiggy says, don't forget, I have the guide if you ever need it. Doc says, the real reason coffins are empty over time is because the corpses went to another dimension. There we go, I like the way you think. Queen Kitty said, do yell potato if you need to. Says, captions really said Katie instead of K. Oak says, I'm gonna name my subscription baby Emmanuel. There was probably more amnesia plotlines, but the one I'm talking about is from episode 950, I think. Yeah, definitely not there. I think I said before, I'm on episode like 170 or something. All right, puzzle pieces. Kay was pushed by a person in a red raincoat who had walked toward her from the concession stand. Kay saw the moon shining over the shoulder of the person in the red raincoat. It's in the same part of the sky tonight. Kay remembers standing beneath the cherry tree. Is there a 51st floor? Okay, so it's the moon is gonna maybe go with the railing.
Don't you mean Vero pieces?
Ah, you're right. We got to put together the Vero piece. See, when I'm not reading the word puzzle, I can say puzzle. Where is Vero right now? But thank you very much for the 10 bits. I appreciate that. Oh, and over on YouTube, Opinion is saying, I always forget this is like your job. That you're the, thank you for the moon info dump. I could talk a lot more about the sky and like constellations and planets if you want. I'd prefer not to. But I can. I don't know why I go off on those tangents. But again, thank you for the bits. Oh, and thank you for the comment opinion. Okay, so let's see. So if we say same part of the sky and the fact that he walked toward her from the concession stand, do we need to put these two together or do we have to put like these two together first? Like in order to say, is the railing next to the cherry tree? Well, let's try it. I did just say, right? So let's try doing the railing and the moon and try and connect those. Oh! Thinking back over what Kay has said, that the person in the raincoat approached her from the direction of the concession stand, which implies that she was pushed over the railing on the side opposite the stand. Falling! Oh no! I'm plummeting to my death even in your imagination! You have murdered imaginary Kay! She also said that she could see the moon over this person's shoulder, but when we checked just now, the moon was in a very different location than expected. Yet Kay claims it's currently in the same spot in the sky as it was on the night of the incident. This throws the positions of the moon and the person in the raincoat out of alignment with her story. I think her memories may have become confused somehow. What's more, if she really had been pushed over that railing, she would have never survived the fall. Thank you, Edgeworth! Thank you! I've been saying that for like the last 7 hours in game. Therefore, I must conclude that she may not have fallen where she thought she did. Where Kay fell, it's possible that Kay didn't fall over the railing after all. Okay, so where was Kay standing? Where Kay fell? So maybe we put these two together. Let's say before we try piecing any more together. Because that feels more like a contradiction than anything, saying that maybe she wasn't underneath the cherry tree. Or if she was pointing a different direction or something like that. Let's see. Oak says amnesia plot lines are so annoying that it reminds me of 7 Deadly Sins. I've never seen that, but I've seen some like screen caps from one of the more recent seasons, and it looked like they just suddenly stopped trying with the animation. Oak said, my least favorite anime of all time. They had to do a filler episode once. Doc said, I really like the way you say big building. Oh, thank you. Hope it's not annoying. Okay, where Kay was standing, where Kay fell. Let's try putting these together. Oh!
may have fallen, Kay, but it couldn't have been over that railing. Because if you had, you wouldn't be alive now to tell the tale. I don't know, what if I just went limp? I hear that helps. But I definitely remember standing under that tree. If I was pushed, the only way I could have fallen is over that railing. Maybe she was over by the cotton candy stand and the little cotton candy display up at the top she mistook in her memory for like the cherry blossoms or something like that. If I was pushed, the only way I could have fallen is over that railing, isn't it? Or she might have mixed it up the other way around. Maybe she was standing on the little trapdoor thing and the person came from underneath the tree and she's just remembered the cherry tree stuff as cotton candy. Not unless the ground opened up and swallowed you whole. Oh, but the ground can't do that. It's not like there's like a little hinge thing, a little square, a little trapdoor on the ground to open up and swallow you whole. The ground could just open up like that? How? Oh, my bad. Not a joking matter. Sorry, kiddo. But it may be closer to the truth than you think, Fender. Let's take another look at the ground in the area. There's a chance we might have missed something. I didn't miss it, Edgeworth. I tried to click it and you were like, oh, a tree. Why, there's a tree. Oh, Fender, there's a tree. Oh, okay, do you see the tree? Oh, I love the jiggle physics on my little neck frilly. Oh, bounce, 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 bounce. It's okay if the jiggle physics is on a man. Okay, let's take a look at the tree. Whoa! Thank you, Atlantic, for the seekers. It's so abrupt, but thank you very much. I appreciate that. I should read some more of the chat, apparently. Oak says, and they had a will they, won't they thing with the two characters. And they had an episode where one of them confesses, then immediately after gets hit in the head, forgets about it, and then a few episodes later, the other person gets amnesia too, which is stupid, but it's a filler episode. Wrong. The author of the manga wrote that episode. What the F? Why? I hate Seven Deadly Sins so much. Isn't that the one that you guys said that like somebody fell in love with somebody who like turned into a baby or something like that? Or like the main character was like married to a baby? Was that the right show? Oak says, I hate Seven Deadly Sins so much. Quick said, crazy Fender. Oak says, Eddie. Crazy Fender. Oak says, crazy Eddie Fender. Oak says, Fuga quote. Wait, was that a Fuga quote? Let's see, quote number 505. I think we advance, and then we have to fight things, but I don't remember how, so we're probably gonna die. Oh, that's from the April Fool's Day stream. Doc says, I mean, if I met someone, I'd want them to take me to dinner before they gave me a dead body. That is fair. That shows, that shows Doc that you have standards. A lot of people would just like accept a dead body willy-nilly from anybody. And that just shows the moral decline of society. Thank you very much, Doc. And Oak with a clip. Okay, hang on. For those who are lurking or who don't know the deal, anytime someone posts a clip into our Twitch chat, we load it up on the stream so we can all watch it together. This will give you an idea of how behind I am in the chat as well. Only 18 minutes behind. That's really not bad. Okay, this clip is titled, let me load it up here. Edgeworth's first impression on Kay. All right, let's check this out. Okay, I'm gonna crank up the volume here. Also, that came up quickly. I hope I didn't leave that star chart on for that entire time I was trying to play the game, did I? I should check at the bottom of the chat and see if everybody's like, when's he gonna take that off the screen? Okay, so let's take a look at this clip here. Dead body. I'm sorry, I cannot accept a dead body if I don't know you well enough. If we get to know each other more, then you can give me a dead body. But not until I know you better. Candelabrum. Again, seems like good. I agree with Doc. I think that is a good bit of relationship advice, although you probably shouldn't take relationship advice from me, since I am chronically, forever, perpetually single. All right, let's play a bit more of the game. Kay couldn't have fallen over the railing. So where did she fall? There must be a clue around here somewhere. I must scour the scene and inspect every nook and cranny. Well, obviously it's this, so let's take a look at other things first. The little flower petals, the sakura blossom petals on the ground. The ground here is covered with cherry blossoms. Even though the tree's not in full bloom yet, the strong wind up here is blowing the petals right off. It would have been nice if they'd thought to tidy up just a little, though. I don't know, see like the cherry blossom petals on the ground? It's kind of pretty. A little bit. I mean, as long as they're not rotting it. Okay, so let's click the one and only other thing here. What's this? Looks like a service hatch. Kay, do you think you might have fallen down here instead? Down the hatch? Did Kay fall down the hatch by the cherry tree?
Oh, nah, you'd never be as clumsy as that. I mean, I'd never fall down. I'd fall off a building, but not down a hatch.
I'm sorry, I just can't say one way or the other.
My bad, kiddo. Just another one of my silly musings. You don't have to take me so seriously, you know.
I don't, like never? I should never take you seriously?
Well, maybe not never. You know, if I told you to leap lyrically into my arms.
Wait, what?
If I told you to leap lyrically into my arms.
Fender! What are we calling him again? What's his new name? Crazy! She is 17! Fender! She is 17!
Oh, chill, Miles Areno. It's okay. I'd make a joke about impropriety. Where's your sense of whimsy?
So never then.
I'll just talk about a deep cut.
Okay, so that's that then. So can I talk to you some more? Can we look at that? Can I talk to you? Oh, I guess I got to put the other puzzle pieces together in my brain. The other Vero pieces together in my brain, and then we should be good. Oak says, I'm okay with editing captions. It's basically the only editing I do. Oh,
Hey, Logan. Just saw your message. That week was taken, but I did DM you again. Let me know if either of those other weeks might work.
Thank you so much, Tony. Thank you for the 100 bits. I should remember to reply to people's DMs more often if I get $1 out of it. Thank you so much, Tony. I'm sorry it took me so long. It's my own fault. It's entirely my fault. But part of the thing is like Wednesdays are usually the most free days for me, the most reliable free days for me during the week. But thank you so much, Tony. How you doing? I'll read a couple more quick comments in the chat though. Oak says, I'm okay with editing captions. It's basically the only editing I do, and I get to add little Easter eggs and stuff. And as bad as Premiere auto captions are, the timing is decent. Maybe for you, it's awful. For me. Oh, and there's Nora saying, I'm here. Nora, Queen Katie was asking after you, wanting to share something with you, apparently. Oak says, Nora. Doc says, if it helps, I appreciate the caption. Lots and lots of. And then Nora. I mean, the captions are fun, and every now and then I like to slip little things in. I have to on occasion, like with that Elizabeth boss fight for Persona 3, because there was a whole stretch of probably at least 20 seconds where I was just kind of dumbfounded, just like that, and I gotta put something here. So I gave the viewers something to read. Wait, so do we combine these to say that she went down the hatch into the 51st floor? Let me check to see if there's anything else to click first, because that doesn't seem inevitable with the logic. No, can we click anything else? I think we've clicked everything. Can we just look out over the railing? No, on the cherry tree? Okay, I guess it has to be those last two things. I mean, I did just save, right? I did just save, right? Please tell me I saved. I'm so bad at remembering this stuff. Save, save, save. I'm just very flighty. I'm always in the moment, so I can't remember what I'm actually doing here. Okay, putting those two together. Down the hatch. Is there a 51st floor? Connect. Oh, so maybe we'll go down the 51st floor and find evidence down there where Kay splatted there. How has a whole floor between the 50th and the viewing platform remained undetected all this time? Yeah, so maybe if that's a service hatch, it's just like a service floor. It's not open to the public.
You got me there. Kind of hard to hide a set of stairs going up to it, if you ask me.
That's precisely it. Things like stairs are normally out in the open. Going unnoticed by people seems a bit implausible. Which can only mean that the 51st floor is no ordinary floor and can't be reached by ordinary means. Then we'll just have to reach it through extraordinary means, right?
I don't know about extraordinary means. Maybe let's go for unconventional.
Indeed. Consider, if you will, the hatch we found by the cherry tree. What would you expect to find on the other side of such a hatch? A room of some kind, perhaps?
Oh, no, I remember the hatch on the TV show Lost. There's a guy down there in a countdown or something. Oh, a secret room. Now you're talking my language.
Let's go take a look, I'd say with no expression on my face.
All right, there we go.
What is this place? Look at all that stuff down there. It's a storeroom?
Oh, I hope there's like more Easter eggs hidden there, because you guys did say this is an anniversary game, right? I hope we see the blue badger down there. I don't know why he'd be there, but have we seen the blue badger yet? I don't know. Whatever it is, I think we can safely say that this is where you fell. Go team, strike one mystery off the list. Yes, but the greater mystery of Kay's memory loss remains unsolved. We have a red rain-coated figure who can walk on air to account for, among other things. Hey, can't a guy bask in his success for a second? So we found a hidden storeroom. I vote we scooch on down and check it out. All right, Chad, are you ready for some scooching? Some scooching and some smooching? We have pretty much exhausted everything up here, and it can't hurt to take a look. Investigation complete! Oh, it's Emma Sky! Back when she was young and whimsical. Is that you, Mr. Edgeworth? Yeah, I walk very slowly in the past. I'm tiny. I'm very small. Emma, what are you doing here? Oh, look, she's so little! I miss when she was like little and not just cynical and angry at the world all the time. Emma Scar's back. Let me read some more in the chat. Let's see, Nora said, I watched my friend's soccer games. How was it, Nora? I said, game. There was one. Queen said, Nora, yay, I'm so happy. Nora says, our team won. Hey, congratulations. Nora said, they did good. Also, I got my first Dynamax Pokemon. Congratulations. Oak said, I didn't like Ted, but I can't really blame her. If I tried to divorce my husband because he's a drug dealer and he refused to sign the papers, I would date someone else too. Nora said, BRB, I gotta go see the videos. Oak edited. Oak said, Logan never should have gotten an education. It ruins things. It is so much easier to enjoy fiction in blissful ignorance. How about the papa?
From Katie. Her Japanese name is Akane Hozuki.
Oh, it's an Emma.
Akane may come from the phrase Akane Sasusora, meaning a glowing sky. Her English surname, Sky, may be a reflection of this. Hozuki means treasured moon or jeweled moon. Boo.
Ah! Oh, because it was Oak TTSing that for Katie. That's why there was a boo at the end. I really like the name. I've heard it pronounced Akane and Akane. Either way, I like it, mainly because of Ranma 1/2. But thank you very much. That's our Emma Sky name. I didn't know we'd get a name fact for her because she's been here before. But hang on, how much time has passed then since Rise from the Ashes? She should be like 19 or 20. How old is she? About the same age as Franziska, or is she like a little bit older than Franziska? I can't remember exactly. But thank you very much for the 10 bits, Oak, and thank you, Queen Katie, for the name fact. I heard about what happened from Detective Gumshoe. I was in the area, so I thought I'd come by and see what was going on. This is Emma Sky. She's a high school student currently studying in Europe to become a forensic scientist. Well, no, because I thought she was like a high school student when we met her in Rise from the Ashes. And then that had to have been like at least 2 years before this, so she should be in college, right? Am I wrong? Do we have her in our court record yet? Is she appearing yet? Oh, no, oh, there's that guy. Excelsius Winner, I forgot about him. And there's Fender. Okay, so the younger sister of a former superior of mine. We've also stood in court together. The detective called me up in a panic. I love the Gumshoe. He's like, ah, crap, I gotta do something in my job here. I don't know what to do. I know, I'll call a high school student. He said your badge fell off of the big building and that Kay was in a man's suit and... Hold it right there. No, Kay fell off the building. I turned in my badge and the dead body is in a man's suit. Didn't you just leave to go back to Europe a few days ago? And you're back again already? Yep, I'm here with one of my professors. But not to do any schoolwork or anything, just some interpreting. Then shouldn't you be off doing that instead of gallivanting around a crime scene? Okay, is her professor gonna be important later on, maybe? Also, I should read some more in the chat, because I am still behind. Doc said, I know enough about the moon for one lifetime. Do you? Do you really know enough about the moon for one lifetime? Do you know what it's called? Because you know how you get a full moon, you got a new moon, and you have a crescent moon when it's like less than half is lit up. Do you know what it's called when more than half is lit up, but it's not full yet? It's called a gibbous. it's a waxing gibbous if it's getting bigger, or a waning gibbous if it's getting smaller. It's just a funny word. I look for excuses to say it. Oak said, I was gonna say, wash the smell of grass off your body, but gamers aren't supposed to shower. No, I shower. Oak says, no, Logan, do more stuff that chases away lurkers. It's fun, but it's like shooting myself in the foot. Oak says, am I the only one who doesn't like al dente noodles? I like the noodles as soft as possible. I don't like firm noodles. Nobody quoted that. I think it depends on like the type of pasta you're having. Doc said, I don't know, I like it when things are as firm as possible. That's how I like my ice cream. And Oak says, add quote, I have a very hairy butt, but I shave around it, so I make shapes. I was quoting Fender. I was quoting Fender. He was saying that, not me. Not me. Then shouldn't you be off doing that instead of gallivanting around a crime scene? Oh, it's fine. There's this wonderful thing called body language after all. What? Is that what you're interpreting? That's not an actual language, Emma. Anyway, never mind me. This is about Kay. How is she? Where is she? I miss my BFF. Kay, let's hug it out.
Logan, making improv as Fender doesn't count as quoting IT. You were the one. WHO said that.
No, I was making Fender say it. I was using the voice. So it's not me. I mean, the words were coming out of my mouth, but I was not talking about my butt or hair or shaving or things like that. But thank you very much for the 10 bits, Oak. I do appreciate that. Oh, and there's a new comment over on YouTube. Let's see. Queen Katie says, Emma ages for the YouTube chat. Rise from the Ashes is 16. Investigations is 18. Apollo Justice is 25. Spirit of Justice 27. Okay, so I guess she's like a high school senior now. Maybe if her birthday is during the school year. Okay, so that makes sense. For some reason, I thought she was like a little bit old. I thought she was like 17. Rise from the Ashes. Like, yeah, I guess we can take that. It sort of works. It's fine. But thank you very much for the clarification, Queen Katie. Appreciate that. Anyway, never mind me. This is about Kay. Where is she? How is she? Is she dead? Oh, shucks. Isn't that sweet, K-Meister? Your little friend is worried about you. Oh, yes. Hi, are we friends? Who's this guy? Don't tell me you went and got a new assistant, Mr. Edgeworth. Oh, very funny, young lady. It's actually the other way around, I'll have you know. Eddie Fender, attorney at law. When my friends call me crazy. And senior partner at Edgeworth & Co. law offices. Edgeworth? So you are his assistant. Wait, attorney? Since when were you a defense attorney? I'm not. To say it's complicated is an understatement. Well, let's not sweat the details for now, yeah? First things first. But an attorney, Mr. Edgeworth, really? Oh, if it's like I'm not even here. What is this, some kind of weird experiment? Perhaps we should head down below. I'll explain there. I agree, the police could be here any minute. Who's this? None of us recognize your face, Kay. None of us know what you look like. I'll explain later, Emma. Come on, time to go. Oh, all right, but you better explain yourself, Mr. Hotshot Pro Attorney. Trust me, I'll explain that too. Okie dokie do, down the hatch we go. I want to see him like cartoon dive. Oh, to be continued. That's the end of the section. To be continued. Say my poggers. Yes, say my poggers. We're just flying through this chapter. Holy crap. I'm worried we're gonna end this game like a lot sooner than I thought we would. I have to like schedule some other stuff on the stream schedule. April 5th, 7:06 p.m. Question marks. It's dark as a grave down here. Can't see the nose in front of my roguishly handsome face. Watch your step, Emma. Ouch, I hit my head on something. Why didn't you tell me to watch my head in addition to my step? Make your way down slowly, Kay. I don't want you to slip. Oh, yes, Mr. Edgeworth. There's gotta be a light switch here somewhere. Okay, let's see what this room is like. Wow, look at all the steel samurai mask. Oh, that's why she had a Jammin' Ninja mask. And there's a naked woman torso. Oh, and is this? Wait, no, that's. I thought for a second that might have been the plush toys from Dual Destinies, but it was like an elephant and a rhino. And is this? Oh, wasn't I forgot in the last Investigations game, Steel Samurai had a whole family. Oh, and look, there is the blue badger. And what do we got down here? Is this a chocolate fountain or something like that? There's a walkie-talkie. Oh, the steel, or not steel samurai, the Blue Badger mobile? Have we seen this? Oh, wasn't that the thing in the first investigations game? Remember the guy on the airplane? He was like, crap. Oh, and that's the luggage. Look at, there's all sorts of stuff from the past here. Wait, huh?
Quick, Logan. Do karaoke.
You're no stranger to love. You know the rules, and so do I. Something, what I'm thinking of. Any other guy, never gonna give you up. Is that right? Is that what you wanted, Oak? But thank you very much for the 10 bits. I appreciate that. Okay, let's get to where there's some background music, and then I'll read some more in the chat. This is... So, the hidden 51st floor really is being used as a storeroom. Is it for, like, evidence? Wait, what's this? What's win through compromise? What's the signature say? Who says win through compromise? We'll need to take a careful look over all these items. Building pamphlet data updated my organizer contains a cross-section of the building and a plan of the viewing platform.
All right, Mr. Edgeworth, you promised me an explanation or 3, but not 2. If you explain 2 things and stop there, I will never forgive you.
I did indeed, sigh. Where to even start? Oh, thank goodness it fades to black and then back up. Oh, no, we're not. Oh, we did. Okay. Let me read some more in the chat. Let's see. Oak says, maybe Kay fell, but she was bouncy and wasn't injured from the fall. She drank some gummy berry juice. Oh, wait, no, that makes humans strong instead of bouncy. Said, maybe the injury was just from being pushed too hard. Maybe red coat person just has a really strong push. And Nora with the lurk. Thank you for the lurk, Nora. Doc said, push someone so hard they die. Sorry, I mean, go to another dimension. Thank you, Doc. We need to censor this chat for the younger audience. Oak says, exactly. Oh, and Atlantic did the secret redeem earlier. Oak says, fun fact, Twin Peaks invented the griddy. I'm not joking. They hit the griddy in season 2 in an episode from 1992. Yes. Wow. There's some more comments over on YouTube. Queen Gator said, fun fact, I forgot to share. Takeshi Yamazaki's original idea for Ace Attorney Investigations was a detective spin-off game for the adult version of Emma Sky. Oh yeah, I think I vaguely remember someone saying something about that. Says, ... Logan, I do have a list on the wiki of these references. Do you want me to share those? Let's see how many we can catch in the investigation, then afterward, let's hear some of the ones I missed. How about that? Says, I will say though, of course we have all these references. It's the anniversary game. Opinion says, I love the idea of a building having a secret floor. Did they know it was gonna be secret when they built it? Or did that happen later? And they suddenly started saying it had one less floor. If it's not in the pamphlet, I'm assuming the elevators don't go there. So unless they renovated the elevator, I would guess it was like designed that way. And just saying like, hey, we need a hidden floor that just has storage, I guess. And Opinion says, has no one ever like counted? Why? Obviously the people who work here, I think, know about it because they're storing things. I think it's just the people who visit that don't know. Because you don't need to put that in the pamphlet. You don't need to say, oh, by the way, there's a storage floor here you can't get to. That's just gonna invite teenagers to try and sneak down there and canoodle. Quick said, that's a good idea, Logan. Awesome. Doc says, ... Actually, I don't think many people would. Oak said, 7 Deadly Sins is about a 1,000-year-old man who continuously grooms a baby for hundreds of years. Okay, so it is that one. Doc said, can you name like 3 people who would happily take a dead body? Well, it depends on how fresh the dead body is, because I'm gonna say like cannibals. So maybe like a Hannibal Lecter. You know, if it's like a fresh dead body, it's like when you welcome someone to the neighborhood and you bring over a casserole. You just come over and you bring a dead body. Maybe a necromancer would like a dead... I know these aren't specific people, so we'll say Hannibal Lecter, we'll say Zorba, the necromancer, in Metaphor Re Fantasia, and a third person who would like a dead body. You know, we'll also go with Metaphor Heisme, because then he can, like, put the bones in a jar. And I think that's his thing. Oak says, every time his girlfriend dies, he starts grooming her reincarnation. Does she die a lot? Actually, don't say. I guess that might be spoilers in case I ever stumble upon that anime. Nora says, Lurk says, Oak, what did I just come back to read? Oak said, also, one of the characters is dating a 12-year-old girl. Discuss my least favorite anime ever. Quick said, yeah, I like season 1, sorta, until that happened / implied. And Oak says to Doc, me, Nora, Logan Robo. I know, I would wait until I know the person better, I think. Okay, let's keep going here.
Wow, a lot has happened, huh? What a case.
It's not supposed to fill you with excitement, Emma.
Seems you've gotten yourself into a real pickle, Mr. Prosecutor Attorney.
I'm not an attorney or a prosecutor anymore.
Well, I don't know, whatever you are. I think it's time for science to lend a helping hand.
Oh, is that what we're gonna do here? That we're gonna use her forensic skills because we can't use Little Thief because Kay has amnesia and probably left at the hospital or something.
Don't worry, I brought my entire kit with me.
Well, if you're sure.
Are you kidding? I live for moments like this. Here, let's make this all official. Good working with you again, Mr. Edgeworth.
And you, Ms. Sky. And then there were 4, right? Everyone is. You do that when you reduce to 4, not when you increase to 4. Crazy.
I want to know where that elevator goes.
It looks like up. Looks like it goes down. That's the opposite of what it looks like, Fender. Looks like it goes up. You can see the thing up here for going up. I don't see a hole in the ground, Fender. What's wrong with you? It's something we'll certainly want to investigate further, but we should look around up here first. Aye, Captain, let me know if you find anything juicy.
I'll keep trying to see what I can remember. I'll let you know if anything comes to mind.
Thank you, Kay. Emma?
Ready, willing, and able to investigate, Mr. Edgeworth.
Very well, then let's begin. Begin investigation, 51st floor, storeroom. Okay, so all these numbers makes me think this is like a police auction and that they're selling off like evidence from old cases that are closed now. Okay, so we got all of the Steel Samurai masks. I don't know all the characters. Obviously, we got the, there's the Steel Samurai. Wait, who's the one with the really long hair? I don't recall. We got all 3 of the Blue Badger characters. Was this the evil bad guy from the Steel Samurai? And that was Wendy Oldbag's character, right? The woman, or was one of these 2, right? And obviously the one that's missing is the Jammin' Ninja. So I don't know who all of these masks are from. I'm assuming this crate is just Steel Samurai tapes. The wrapped up box, did we see? I'm gonna guess before we click on things. This was that big stone monument thing from the airplane case in Investigations 1, as is the luggage. Oh, is this the giant? Oh, and it's sold. The giant Steel Samurai head from by the hot dog stand. Oh, there's the dancing, the seductively dancing Blue Badger. Here's just lots of cash. Can we look at the cash? Kay, if you want to steal one thing, all of this money would be helpful. I am unemployed now. Okay, so what else we got? We got a table that looks like it has arms and legs. I don't remember that. This is a guy holding a globe that says something in front of it. We got like a chocolate fountain or a trophy and a walkie-talkie. Oh, is this the walkie-talkie that we talked to Shelly Tequila through on the stand, maybe? I don't know what this thing is. A trophy of some sort. This box is from something. Yeah, what are half of these things? I don't even remember. Okay, so let's start clicking things and maybe we'll figure everything out. Let's look at the money first. Piles of banknotes just left out for all to see. A little tasteless, wouldn't you say?
No way, these are all $100 bills. Why do you call cash banknotes? What's wrong with you? That's a fortune right there.
Piles of money were left in the storeroom. Some kind of deal? Probably from the sale of that giant giant samurai head. Not Steel Samurai, Samurai Dog's head.
How many years would it take for you to make that much money, Mr. Edgeworth?
Please, Emma, I don't want to think about it. Wouldn't have taken me long, but I'm, as I said, unemployed.
What is that giant head thing?
It's the head of the great Mrs. Monkey. I remember the case well, but how did they even get it up here?
Huh, Mrs. Monkey? That doesn't sound right. Are you sure you didn't get the name wrong, Mr. Edgeworth, or misremembered it somehow?
Oh, don't be ridiculous, as if I'd ever make such a mistake. Was the name wrong? Was it like Mr. Monkey instead of Mrs. Monkey or something like that? I don't remember the details. What is this thing?
Whoa, that's one heck of a desk.
Is it like Grossberg's desk or something? Or maybe Gant's desk? Did we see someone that had an opulent desk like this?
I wonder who it belonged to.
There
are 4 male figures acting as legs holding the tabletop in the center. It's hideously cringy. Yeah, didn't we see somebody who had a table that was like really fancy? Crap, I don't remember all of these things. Yeah, I'm gonna need to get the references from Queen Katie after this. And it doesn't even have the good decency to be camp enough to look. Hang on. And it doesn't even have the good decency to be camp enough to loop back around. Edgeworth appreciates camp. Confirmed. Is this from one of your old cases too, Mr. Edgeworth? No, I can't think of anyone related to any of my investigations with such ostensibly awful taste. At least, I don't think there was. Yeah, oh crap, I'm gonna need help with a lot of these things. A bunch of trophies and ooh, look, somebody's left a walkie-talkie here. It looks to me like it was put there deliberately, rather like it's on display, to be honest. Hey, there are batteries in here too. It could be useful. Let's take it with us. Nobody'll mind if we use it for a little while, will they? I can take it to the police station right afterward. It's only one. A walkie-talkie is only useful if there's another one on the other end somewhere. Someone's starting to sound like a certain great thief. Scientifically speaking, I'd say this looks like some kind of wooden icebox. Yeah, the chains are probably to stop the cold air from escaping. I don't mean to contradict you, Emma, but isn't this just a box for storing clothes in? Okay, storing clothes. Crap, what are these? Didn't Maya hide in a box of clothes at one time? I think she did when she went up to to Karain village. She hid in a box of clothes. Because I think then, like, Pearl channeled Mia and was like, ooh, yeah, I could smell you in your clothes. Something like that, right? I'm trying to remember these things. The wood is imbued with a natural repellent that keeps moths away. Oh, yeah, sure. Guess you could look at it that way, too. And keeping your clothes chilled to be nice for the summer, right? Still not prepared to let go of that particular part of your hypothesis, I see. Okay, oh, we can't look at the Blue Badger mobile? What about these things? These are... Hey, we get to look closely at them! What's the matter, Mr. Edgeworth? Are you stunned by the mannequin booba? If I'm not mistaken, several of these items on display here are pieces of evidence from old cases of mine. But what are they doing here? Okay, so what do we got? We got the stuffed bull that's missing a horn, Steel Samurai Baby, Naked Mannequin, Star of David placemat, a safe, a lantern. I can't even see down here. It looks like an inkwell and a little flower. Wow, this would have been a great game to play like right after I played the original trilogy, huh? Maybe this is where the committee stores stuff it's looking into? It can't be. Evidence like this is stored at the police department. Oh yeah, that's right, because it has to be until the statute of limitations is expired or something like that. They don't keep stuff at the prosecutor's office too? When a case is ongoing, yes, but once the last trial has finished up, it's supposed to go right back to the precinct, unless there's a very good reason for it to go elsewhere. Oh, maybe this is part of the smuggling ring that Franziska is seeking. They're smuggling valuable pieces of evidence and leaving counterfeits with the police or something like that. Let me read some more comments to the chat. Let me have a sip of water first, though. Nora said, Sakura mentioned Danganronpa. How are you enjoying case number 3 in Danganronpa, Nora? Doc says, Oak, Logan agreed with me. He's invalid. I am? Nora said to Oak, which is, and then to Oak, what? Oak says to Nora, would you accept a dead body if someone offered it to you? Nora said, yay! No, Nora! You gotta wait till you know somebody before you accept a dead body. Oak says to Nora, 7 deadly sins. Oak says to Doc, my partner. Nora said, I see. Fender. Doc says, crazy. Nora says, oh, Fender. There's where Tony came in. Thank you again for the 100 bits, Tony. Oak says, waggle. Nora says, is Crystal, Wendy, or Vero here? Crystal was here earlier. I don't know if she had to pop out for a little bit or not. Oak says no. Tony said no worries. Nora said, oh my gosh, oh my gosh, oh my gosh. Queen Katie said, Crystal was here earlier, but doing a shout out for me, but I don't know anymore. Oak says, add quote,
I have a very, no, said we did get this quote. I was speaking as Fender. Oak said, Premiere audio captions timing is pretty good. They just get all the words wrong. You see, I think for me is that I have to like shrink it down for vertical stuff. And when I do it that way, a lot of the time the spacing will also then be awful and it's like stacking it up vertically really high. And so I gotta like find the timing to like split it up or sometimes it'll also do this thing where I'll be at the end of a sentence, it'll have like the last few words of a sentence, and then there's like 10 seconds of silence and then one word, and it's like, we're just gonna put all that together. We're just gonna put it all together. And I'll say like, what's that over there? And then 5-10 seconds of just video stuff happening, and someone enters the room and says, hello, and you just get that on the screen for all that time. Oak says, at least for me. Tony says, as for how I'm doing, I'm all right. Finish Act 2 of Expedition 33. Is it the one that everyone's been talking about? The Clair Obscur, or however you say it? It looks fun. Doc says, oh man, I skipped the Elizabeth boss fight video when I saw it because I didn't want spoilers. Should I watch it? I kind of want to see what Robo Logan put. I mean, it's doing really well. It really went off. It's got like 50,000 views or something like that. I mean, I guess if you're avoiding spoilers, don't watch it. It doesn't go well for me. It really goes very poorly for me. You can always just go watch the Fop Doodle video if you want. Oak says to Doc, I wouldn't really say spoilers if you know there's an Elizabeth boss fight. It's really all the spoilers in the video. And that is true. Oak says, like, the knowledge that she is a boss is the only spoiler in the video. And I guess seeing some of her combat completely destroy me. Doc says to Oak, well, I found it when the big caption of Elizabeth boss fight was on my TikTok feed. Oh no, I'm so sorry, Doc. Oak says, yeah. Nora says, scooch, no smooch. Doc says, Emma Sky, is that you? There was the name fact earlier from Queen Katie that Oak TTS'd. Oak said, Katie, pull up. Nora says, rah. And Nora says, Katie told me about this and I've been waiting for so long. Queen Katie says, yeah. Okay, and let me check over on YouTube really quickly there. Quigata said, don't worry, Logan, I got them all marked down, crossing off whatever you got right. Oh, thank you. Opinion says, I take Edgeworth saying the word camp in a positive way as confirmation that he's gay, as if that was still in question. Quigata says, okay, I think I have the full list now. Do let me know whenever you're, whenever to spam them all here and in Twitch chat. Thank you very much, Queen Katie. I will let you know. It's supposed to go right back to the precinct, unless there's a very good reason to keep it elsewhere. I mean, again, there's prices. These are price tags. They're selling them. And yet, here it all is. There's no point in trying to figure out the whys right now. I should take a closer look at it all. They all have labels. Labels with numbers printed on them. Exhibit numbers, maybe? You said they were all pieces of evidence, right? Yes, but judging by how the numbers are written and by the items themselves, I'd guess these are prices. Price tags. The evidence hall has price tags attached. High price tags. I don't know. I'm assuming these are yen instead of dollars. Then it's pretty cheap.
But prices? I would have never guessed that. Wait, but none of this stuff could be worth that much money, could it?
I don't know. Maybe it's also money laundering. I don't know. The prices are very high indeed. It's no wonder she's surprised. Or maybe it's not in Japanifornia currency. Maybe it's not in dollars. Maybe they're selling it to people in Zangfa or Borginia or something like that. It's whatever their currency and it's valued differently and the exchange rate is all weird. I must examine all of these in detail. Okay, that lamp looks so freaking familiar, especially with like the butterflies on the side. Wasn't that a thing like a butterfly Mitama? Was that from the Godot case? I don't even remember. Okay, let's see. Oh, we can't check the Steel Samurai. Or I keep wanting to call it the Blue Badger Steel Samurai. Can we check the Naked Lady? We can! Edgeworth is confused about female nudity.
A mannequin, huh? Wait, I know! All thanks to my powers of scientific deduction, of course. I can tell through science that this mannequin has booba. It's evidence from an old case of yours, right?
Not this time. I've never seen it before in my life. Miles Edgeworth has never seen the booba. It doesn't seem to fit with the other items in the room either. Well, clearly it's like that something was on it. There was an outfit. Oh, well, I was gonna say maybe the mannequin was wearing the coat, but the coat was a man's coat. Well, then you can put it on whatever mannequin you want. For one thing, it doesn't have a price tag. So why is it here? Okay, let's take a look at these one by one. Star of David placemat.
That's odd. This is the only spot with nothing on it. But it still has one of those signs in front of it.
indeed. And look, there's an outline in the dust on top of the cloth. Oh, so that's not printed on, that's an outline. So something star-shaped was on there. I'd say something was probably sitting there until quite recently, wouldn't you?
You know what? I think you might be right, but, I'm drawing a blank trying to imagine what.
Well, I might have an idea. A star-shaped outline. Don't we have a piece of evidence that might well be connected? Do we? Oh, the candelabra has a okay. So that's how that got downstairs.
I'm just realizing that your Emma voice is basically just your Junpei voice. I recognized it. They see the clip of Junpei showing Ken a cool website is burned into my memory, so that voice talking about boobies gave me a eureka moment.
There we go. It's actually, I think we first used that voice for Morgana in Persona 5. But thank you very much for recognizing it. Also, I see we got a bot in the chat, so I gotta ban the bot. Oh crap. So hard to ban because I can't copy and paste that username from there. So I gotta type it in manually, and half of it is just like nonsense letters. I think I banned the bot. I think I got it banned. So there we go. But thank you very much for the 10 bits. I appreciate that. I should read some more in the chat, by the way. Nora said, you don't know how long I've been keeping this a secret. Keeping what a secret? Emma Sky? Quinketta said, Nora kept asking me every stream since I told her. Oak said, should I send this in a TTS? Quinketta said, yeah, go for it if you want. Nora says, Emma, heart, 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 heart. Doc said, that's your Emma voice. Well, here's the thing. When we first did Emma, Emma's voice was the, what later became the Athena voice. She was just a valley girl kind of a gal. This is Emma Sky doing forensics. And then Emma Sky left. She was gone. And we met Athena, and I gave her that voice, and then Emma Sky came back, and nobody warned me, and so we had to give her a different voice. I'm sorry, Doc. She used to have a nicer voice. Although, since this is past Emma, I guess we could give her the Athena Sykes voice. But for consistency's sake for now, I'll keep with this voice. Oak said, apparently I don't know how I forgot that. Quinketta said, Emma was 16 Rise from the Ashes here, 18 here, and 25 at Apollo Justice. Nora said, it's upsetting. Oak says, Excelsius is almost 69 years old. Wait, is he? Was that his age? I wasn't paying attention. Oh, you're right. He's 68. Almost, but not quite nice. Don't we have a piece of evidence that might well be connected? Oh, and we have a deduce button too. Let's look at the bull with one horn. I wish I could remember what cases these were from.
Oh, isn't he a cutie? Look at this fluffy little guy.
That's the stuffed animal we found at Gold Lake. Oh, that's right. That was just in this game. How did I forget that? That was inside the monitor. Holy crap, I'm bad at this. He should be in the possession of the prosecutor in charge of that case. So how did he wind up here?
But look, he's missing his left horn.
He is, but he never had it in the first place. At least not as far as we ever saw.
Defective merchandise, huh? That we need to contact the manufacturer, activate a recall.
That's gonna be the big twist at the end of the game. We'll find out where the horn was, and it'll be important. Now that I come to think of it, why would anyone give the president a broken toy to begin with? Oh, it is evidence! That's gonna be important, apparently. Broken plushie data jotted out of my organizer. The stuffed animal we originally found in the Zhangfa presidential plane, missing its left horn. No, I wanna keep clicking things!
So this storeroom is actually more of a stock room?
It would seem so, much as it pains me to consider such a thing. What kind of person sells off evidence from serious criminal cases? Okay, so the question is then, did Kay fall from the hatch up there down here, and that's how she hit her head and got amnesia? Or did she climb down here, encounter the person in the red raincoat who was wearing the Jamma Ninja mask and the thing on the lapel, which is possibly that Rosie girl, and she could push down the elevator shaft and like grab those things as she fell? Because Offender said it goes down, apparently. What kind of person sells off evidence from serious criminal cases? A corrupt one, Edgeworth.
And who?
Oh, I heard what happened. I gotta check the chat. Thank you very much. I need to check the chat, apparently. This is important, I guess. Oh, it's a first-time chatter. That's what it is. It's 00. It's Ghosty 00 saying hello, hello. Hi, first-time chatter. Okay, if you're new here, let me give you the rundown of the channel. Hi, my name is Logan. We stream Tuesdays, Thursdays, Fridays, and Sundays. Currently alternated between this game, Ace Attorney Investigations, and Metaphor Refantasio, Prosecutor's Gambit. However, this week is weird because Sunday is canceled because of Mother's Day. So tomorrow, which would normally be Metaphor, we're gonna do another Ace Attorney Investigations, and Saturday we're gonna add a bonus stream playing Chained Together as a co-stream with some friends, and then Metaphor will be back on Tuesday. Also, I read every commented chat. Unfortunately, that means I'm often way behind. I'm probably at least a good 20 minutes behind right now. So anything else that you type in a chat, I will get to, I will read. I would love to hear what you'd prefer me to call you. I feel like we've met a couple of different people with Ghost in their name recently. Maybe I'll just call you It's Ghosty. But welcome. Also, let me give you this in case nobody else did. Oh, wait, no, it looks like Crystal already did. There's a link tree that she posted that has all the social media stuff, Discord invite link, TikTok, YouTube, Twitter, all this stuff. Feel free to check it out at your leisure if you feel so inclined. If you don't like those social media platforms, you can also ignore it. It's entirely up to you. No pressure either way, but welcome, welcome, welcome. And I should read some chat to try and get caught up a little bit here. Quiggita said, and in spirit of justice, Emma is 27. Oak said, quote, this is our most dangerous mission yet. Bring out the 14-year-old. Nora said, waning and waxing. That too. Quiggita said to Nora, see what I mean by shipping Emma with K? Nora said, I do. Nora said, cute, friend in quotes. Quiggita said, I like how this is the first time I'm seeing HD sprites of Emma in this game. I've only seen the DS version of it. Quiggita said, oh, I have a fun fact I forgot to share about Emma. Fun fact I forgot to share. Oh, that was what you said before, that it was originally going to be maybe an Emma spin-off game. Quiggita said also, yay, page 3 done. You could always do Yangtze River after this game. I'm considering it. I'm debating. It's possible. Because it could be that, could be Great Ace Attorney, but that is one of the games. Like, I've got a few games, and that's like, it's in the top-ish area of the list that I'm tossing around there. Nora said, Inspector Waffles. Nora said, it's artistic nudity, says Oak, probably before I can say it. Nora says, oh my gosh, Doc said so many cool things in this room. And Oak, with a clip, saying, if anyone is lurking or new or doesn't know the rundown, if someone posts a clip in the Twitch chat, we load it up onto our clip viewer so we can watch it together. And once again, this will let us know how far behind I am. Crap, 25 minutes behind. So let's see what this is. This is titled, I would do anything for 10 bits, Logan probably. Let's see what this clip is.
Quick, Logan. Do karaoke.
You're no stranger to love. You know the rules, and so do I. Something. I don't know the words. Thinking of. Any other guy, never gonna give you up. Is that right? Is that what you wanted? Oh, I still don't know why you wanted the karaoke there. But thank you very much for the clip. I appreciate that. Oak said, how are we almost halfway through the stream? Are we? Holy crap, we're over halfway through the stream. I don't know how that happens. I'm goofing off way too much. Nora said, Oak, do you agree with my quoting you? Oak said, it is though. Nora says, I know. Oak said, are boobs always sexual? I'm not allowed to have a massive boobs for fun. Nora said, you are not. And then Oak said, shake my head, transphobia. Nora said, wait, no, fine, I guess I can. Quiggita said, I'm going to start copy-pasting the references in this room and cross off whatever Logan knows. Well, thank you very much for going above and beyond with the trivia here, Queen Katie. Oak said, this is how we know Logan is from Utah. He brings casseroles to every new neighbor. I was thinking of something. Isn't that what you do? There's like a new person in the neighborhood, you bring like some food over to them because the people are probably so busy unpacking that they don't have time to make meals. Nora said, classic Utah Ian. It's just Utah. It's just Utah and then at the end. Utah. Nora said, wait, does he mean he's not a prosecutor anymore? Oh yes, you missed it last time with this really, really dramatic thing where people were gonna, the bad guys were going to arrest Kay and probably like fire Gumshoe as well. And Edgeworth was like standing up and it's like, no, you can't do this. And Verity was like, we're doing this. If you stand in our way of arresting Kay, this is a flagrant violation of your job, and you will be fired. And then it goes into Edgeworth's mind, and it was this really cool moment because he's like, my badge, or one of my closest friends. I don't even have to make the decision, and he just places his badge down on the counter, and he turns it in, and it's like, Edgeworth, you're so cool! Oak says there was no other way to tell that Logan is a white guy from Utah. Yeah, no other way. Certainly not my pale complexion and the fact that I don't swear. Oak says to Nora, oh yeah, you weren't at last stream. Nora said, what happened? Oak says Edgeworth turned in his badge. Nora said, why? Oak said, because they're trying to arrest Kay for murder. Doc said, Logan, I hate to say it, but sometimes I feel like, just maybe, you don't like Fender / Crazy. I like him. I just think it's inappropriate. He's always trying to get hugs and eat paper. Oak says, Fender had to get an aura nerf after last chapter. Nora says, is nerf good or bad? It's because what it is, like, you know what word nerf means, right? It's from like the Nerf guns, they always have soft darts. And so if you nerf something, you make it less dangerous. You make it all soft and squishy. So like in games, you nerf a character by making that character less effective, less difficult to beat, or less good in like fighting games. So yeah, it's bad. You nerf the character. Oak says, Fender spent all of case 3 aura farming and eating paper. Nora said, what does aura farming mean? If you ever see someone standing on top of like the corner of a building, arms folded, looking off, and like a cape or a cloak or a scarf floating, flickering in the wind, that's aura farming. Yeah. Nora says, I don't know this language. I had to ask a kid today if selling was good or bad. That I don't know. And Oak says, yes, you do. You're brain rotted. Oak said to Nora, which is? And Nora says, bad apparently. I don't know what half of these things are. And Oak said, you need to take more AP brain rot exams on TikTok. Nora said, no, Mr. Monkey, quote, parentheses, he made the same mistake in that case. Wait, is that Red White's table? Oh, maybe that's whose table it was. Okay, so it was Mr. Monkey, so we got it wrong. So we got a few of these things. I should also check over in the YouTube chat real quick before we get back to the game. Quickie said, okay, I think I have the full list now. Do let me know whenever you, oh, no, I read that before. And Toshi Chi said, I finally caught up with the live stream and got rickrolled. I'm sorry. I was told to karaoke, and that was the first thing that popped in my brain. I'm so sorry, Toshi Chi. How are you doing? Shingo said, I am in the party now. You hear that, everybody? Shingo has joined the party. All right, how you guys doing? How are you both doing? Toshi Chi, Shingo, welcome. Let's play a little bit more of the actual game, and hopefully I'll get caught up to chat eventually because I see at least somebody, I assume Crystal, had the good sense to turn on slow-mo to help me catch up to chat. At least I'm only like 20-something minutes behind. It's not as bad as in the past where I'm like an hour and a half behind or something like that.
And to who? Who to?
Emma. To whom? Emma, you're almost graduated from high school. To whom?
Who would even want to pay for all this stuff?
Somebody, clearly. The price tags are proof of that.
Wow, people will really collect anything, huh? Fascinating.
Of course they will. People will collect Funko Pops. So clearly they'll collect this stuff. Okay, the Steel Samurai baby.
That's a cute little doll. It looks kind of like the Steel Samurai.
Because that was in the last game, the last Investigations game. Because Steel Samurai had a family, and Wendy Old Bag was the wife. And didn't they have like a little baby samurai in a stroller or something like that? It's actually the Iron Infant, son of the Steel Samurai and the Pink Princess. He was born burdened with the knowledge that he too would one day be called upon to fight for justice. I can't imagine the pressure that must have put him under more than most people could bear. Such a strong, brave little child. Oh, yes, he's young, but you can sense it nonetheless. A certain tragic refinement.
And you are, Mr. Edgeworth, even listening to me, you were zoning out. You looked like a nerd for a minute. What is wrong with you?
Of course. Yes. Oh, we can't click on the safe? We really can't click the safe? There's nothing of interest here. There's a safe! Okay, let's look at the flowers. Or is that a thing of perfume? I can't remember. It's a small bottle. One I have seen before.
Oh. That's all? Nothing else to add?
Well, no. What more did you want me to say?
Hold up, I've got to write this down. Mr. Edgeworth can turn even the most boring topics into something picturesque with his explanations.
Knurk. Next time, try taking those kinds of notes in silence. And an ink well. A bottle of ink. And a lantern. Both pieces of evidence from a previous case of mine. Okay, so it was one of his cases. So it's not going to be the Godot case. When did he prosecute a case with a fancy lantern? Like, I feel like that's got to be from Crane Village, right? Was that the one with Pearl's mom?
But why? What's all this stuff that's related to you doing here?
It's not as if any of it was in my possession for any length of time. The duration of the case, and no longer. Perhaps this is all nothing but a coincidence.
Seriously, a coincidence? I never thought I'd hear those words coming out of your mouth.
We must always face up to the facts of a situation, however strange they may be. Maybe there's a buyer out there who's an Edgeworth fanboy or fangirl. Maybe it's Wendy O'Bag. Maybe she's buying all this crap. Isn't that what scientists believe too?
Oh, you want to talk about what scientists believe? Settle in, this might take a while.
Oh, and that's okay. That's everything, I guess. So we got to deduce over here. Deduce! Could this be related to the evidence somehow? Crap, I probably should have saved first, shouldn't I have? Yeah, you know, let's actually save, just because in case I'm like somehow not pointing at the exact correct thing there. Because this game is mean to me sometimes. And then we'll present the candelabrum to that thing there. Relate to the evidence and present! Eureka! Oh! The outline in the dust matches the bottom of the candelabrum exactly! I'd say there's a very strong chance that this is where our murderer took it from. Well, there goes my theory that maybe it was downstairs and the lady fell onto it, so it sounds like maybe she actually was stabbed with it. Unless she fell from the hatch down here and it was on the floor, but there's no blood splatter there, so maybe not.
Which would mean the candelabrum was evidence from another case?
It certainly seems likely, but that's not our concern right now. The key thing to note is that the murder weapon was taken from this storeroom. Okay, I think that's everything here then, yeah? Okay. Boobies. But why? Why do people like them so? I will never understand. It's because Edgeworth's gay.
It's kind of creepy, all these masks lined up here in the dark.
Not a fan of horror movies, I take it?
No way! That stuff's so unscientific!
I like how this is probably just like an effect of the resolution here, and I don't even if it even shows up on stream, but on my screen. Oh no, darn it! No, it's I was wrong. It looked for a second like there's something weird with her mouth. Never mind. I moved the window a little bit, and it was just my monitor. Never mind. I think you mispronounced terrifying. I must scour the scene and inspect every nook and cranny. Okay. Oh, this was the... I do remember the bit of hair coming off this guy. This was like the younger Steel Samurai. No, he's the Iron Samurai, right? Steel Samurai, Iron Samurai. This is the evil magistrate? And that's the Pink Princess. I don't remember who these other characters were up top. So let's just start clicking things. Oh, we can't click that or the ladder. Let's look at I assume these are videotapes of it or DVDs or something or other. These are all case files from various murders.
What? But why would they be in here?
They should be safely under lock and key at the courthouse or the prosecutor's office, which would suggest that somebody removed them without permission. Something very suspicious is going on here. We need to find out more. Let me have a sip of water and I'll read some more in the chat. Hang on. All right, gotta read some more. Magpie says to Nora, it is! Okay, so it was Red White's table, so that's who it was. Nora said, I'm so smart. That case was not that long ago for me. Magpie said she did. Maya was knocked out and put in a box of clothes, and she was the one who said she smelled Mia's clothes, if I remember correctly. So I do remember! Nora said, Logan! What was your voice for Mia? I'm so curious. I just gave her an Irish accent for some reason. I don't know why. But she was Mia there now. Oh, all right, you have to force your greatest smiles. That's all it was. Magpie says, the Lantern and Inkwell were from the original trilogy. The Belize ink. I don't even remember what that is. Quickita said, yeah, it's on my list to share with Logan. Nora said, trying to say artistic anything because Oak will yell, it's artistic nudity in me. Oak says, also what happened to Pearl? She joined a gang. Nora says, oh my gosh, I just noticed something. Oak said to Nora, I've only ever said that twice, bro. Why is that my catchphrase now? Crystal's back! Said, sorry, I was gone. My professor did an emergency meeting. No, was a body discovered? Was someone sus and got airlocked? Nora said, Oak, mannequin, lines. What, Toriko? I don't know who that is. Oak said, Crystal, new quote. No, don't tell Crystal about that. Don't tell Crystal about that. Crystal says, where? Tell! Nora said, Crystal, I missed you, haven't seen you in so long. Crystal said, you too. Oak said, oh yeah, we got to the part in Danganronpa where Taka, yeah, Yeah, I know the part you're talking about. Chris says, oh, well, Doc says, Taka! Crystal says that scene was mind-blowing. Nora says, Crystal and Oak, both of you check your Discord. Oak lists the quote, I was doing Fender's voice. Oak said Crystal died again, and there is the bot I smooshed. And Oak says, Logan, how the heck does Emma, Junpei, and Morgana have the same voice? They all have the same vibe, is why. Doc said the voice reminds me of Birdley from Deltarune. Oh, that's right. I basically did the voice for Birdley, too. I forgot. I mean, I'd like to think it was a little more nuanced for Birdley. But it was basically Birdley. Birdley talking about his statue up there. Birdley going around and being the coolest guy ever with his scouter on his eyeball. So yeah, I'd forgotten about that. Thank you very much for the reminder, Doc. But in one of my 2 save files for Deltarune, we don't have to worry about Birdley anymore. Crystal adds the quote, crap. Oak says, Crystal, no, it was legit, Logan. You don't need to add that to the quote. He literally said that. I can clip it as evidence. Crystal says, no, it's funny. Says, anyways, I killed a kid. Oh, and your turn to die. It happens. It happens sometimes. Oh, and there's where we got to. It's Ghostly. It's Ghostly. I don't know if you're still here, but hi, welcome. See, I did get caught up to where you arrived. Chris says, hello, it's Ghostly. Oak says, hi. And Quigata said, oh yeah, this is the area with an upcoming spoiler clip. Oh, really? Crystal says, welcome in. And Doc says, hello. And then posts a schedule, which I did update this week. Nora says, Crystal, you're back. And a timestamp, 1:45:30. Look at that, I'm only like 16 minutes behind. That's not bad at all. I should read some more in the chat or the YouTube chat now. Toshi Chi says, you have a great singing voice. Oh, thank you. I really appreciate that. I'm actually, there's a lot of things I struggle with singing. Like, I'm not the type of person where it's like, give me a C sharp. And it's like, I have no idea what that means. I don't know. I can just try to mimic what I've heard before. But I really appreciate that. That's really nice of you, Toshi Chi. Would you prefer, did I ask before if I should call you Toshi for short? Shingo said, oh, I read that. Now Shingo said, my best friend likes Funko Pops, so I have some. I treasure them more because they're from him than actually liking the statues themselves, but it adds color to my room. Here's the thing. I have a couple of Funko Pops. I bought a couple of them. And the ones that I have, I'm like, I'm satisfied with those. It's like, that's it. My brother and his wife, they collect like a whole bunch of them. And I don't get it. And it's like, it's not my thing. And it's like, I got a couple and I'm done. And it's like, I feel like the people who collect them just must really like that aesthetic, because I mainly will just get characters that like don't have action figure merchandise of other things. For example, I have one, actually, I don't know if it's within arm's reach here, of Cyborg from Teen Titans Go in his The Night Begins to Shine outfit, because I love that design, and there's no action figure of it. Not that I know of anyway, and so I got that. I also got one of Pidge from Voltron Legendary Defenders, because they were gonna make an action figure of her, and then they canceled it. So I got this, like stuff like that makes sense to me. It's like, well, I don't have an actual action figure, so I'll get something like this. That makes sense. But I just don't get like the people who are like obsessive Funko Pop fans. No offense to like people who are into that. It's just one of the things I don't get. I don't get Funko Pop fans. I don't get furries. I don't get foot fetish people. It's just, that's outside my wheelhouse. But to each their own. Shingo said that lantern is the one from the Bobblies Inc. What was the Bobblies Inc? That's the second person who's mentioned that. Which case was that? Quiggy said, remember I have a list. Nickel Samurai, Logan, Nickel, not Iron, Nickel. I'm sorry, Nickel Samurai, thank you. Said, get the mineral right, sir. Shingo said, there are the other heroes from the Contest of Heroes that starts in the last case from the second game, the one with the kidnapping. Okay, the one that, yeah, the Jammin' Ninja was from. So they're the other heroes. I just forgot who they were, but I love the designs on these things. I don't know why, but I always love like robot faces that have those lines coming down like from the eyeballs across the cheeks. Something about that I just think looks really cool. Quiggy said, also highly recommend examining every masked doll. They actually have dialogue for each. Oh, I'm gonna do that. Oh, believe me. I was clicking the box first to get that out of the way. Oh, I'm gonna. And Toshi Chi says, yes, Toshi is fine. Okay, couldn't remember if I'd asked that before, so I'll call you Toshi then. Shingo said, that's the green flame from the case at the end of Investigations 1 with Mr. Extraterritorial Rights. Oh boy. Shingo said, that's the Bobblies Inc. It burns green. Okay, so thank you for the reminder on that then. Oh, and Shingo said it's used to print fake money or something. It is something like that. Something. Okay, let's play a little bit more of the game. Now that I know that I'm not super far behind, I'm getting closer. I'm like 15 minutes behind. That's not too bad. Something very suspicious is going on here. We need to find out more. So let's go ahead and click every one of them. We'll just, I want to start with the Steel Samurai. We'll start in the top left. We're going to start with this one. I hope Edgeworth knows all of them by heart. It's like my Transformers shells. I can tell you all their names, their personalities, and everything. Whereas if I have a friend over who doesn't know Transformers looks, it's like they all look the same. They all look like robots to me.
That mask! That's global hero Onya Capone!
And why is that so shocking?
You really don't know? Everything about the show is secret. When it's on TV, who makes it? So the merchandise is super...
What do you mean, when it's on TV? Like they never announce it? How do you watch it? It sounds to me like whoever made it may have simply gone out of business. And who's this one?
That's Captain Saipan! He's super popular overseas! Everybody loves dressing up like him. Kids, adults, you name it.
I find the flower on his head a bit excessive myself. I wish Edgeworth would say these things outside. I want him to nerd out with Emma over this stuff. I don't know why I'm trying to get the plus in the visor. There we go. Who's this one?
What TV show are these from?
Yeah, I don't know if we've seen these two masks in the top right. I don't know a whole lot about it, but I believe it's called The Students of Starry School. Are we familiar with that? They look like two different Power Rangers or something. You know how they'll have like different patterns on their visors? It's about an elementary school where the students are all superheroes.
So their masks are modeled on sports safety helmets or something, right?
Yeah, they kind of look like football helmets a bit, I guess.
And maybe the number of eyes slits tells you their student ID number
or their rank. Usually there's like 5 and they'll be kind of ranked or something.
So the one on the left would be number 1 and the one on the right is number 2?
I suppose that could be it, yes.
And that would mean a ton of slits for the kids with the highest ID numbers.
I have to admit to being a little intrigued by this show now. That's all it takes to sell Edgeworth. Okay, so it looks like these two masks were a thing together. Let's look at the pink princess. She's the only heroine the Steel Samurai series needs.
You can say that again. I love the pink princess.
You watch shows like that, Emma?
Of course. You love him too, right?
We're best friends now. Yay! All right. Well, I don't really know that much about them, but sure, yes.
Really? Oh, because I saw the Steel Samurai figure in your office, so I thought.
I can't believe that even Emma's seen it. Oh, come on, nerd out with her, Edgeworth. We'll skip the blank one because that's obviously where Jam and Ninja's gonna go. It's the Steel Samurai and the Nickel Samurai.
The Nickel Samurai always seemed kind of pleased with himself to me. You know what I mean? Like, it's not just about being skinny and cool, you know. There's more to it than that. I'm Team Steel all the way.
You've just gone up in my estimation, Emma. Edgeworth, say this out loud. This is why you don't have friends. You find someone with common interests and you keep it to yourself. And there's got to be the evil magistrate. Oh, wait. Is he already I can't click the evil magistrate or the badgers? I'm going to try anyway. There's nothing of interest here. Oh, boo! Okay, we'll click the empty slot and then we'll probably have to deduce and put the Jam and Ninja mask there. There's a selection of masks arranged on the rack here. There's even a Steel Samurai. And what an impressively authentic likeness it is, too. Oh, what are these unnecessary feelings burdening me?
The scientist in me is sensing something strange, though. A lack of consistency. You know, it's as if there's an empty spot here. Must be my imagination.
In the sense that the characters represented here feel a little... I heard what happened. Okay, I gotta read some more in the chat. Even though I'm not that far behind, I will read some of the chat. Thank you very much, Bumbo, for the what happened. Sorry, I was getting all caught up in the Steel Samurai stuff. I love this crap. Hang on, I gotta breathe for a second. I've been talking 2 hours nonstop and I'm running out of oxygen. Whew, there we go. Nora said, Crystal, you're back. Crystal with a timestamp 1:45:30. Yeah, this is what I saw before, so I'm a little bit farther behind. 25 minutes, not bad. Crystal says to Nora, Crystal shall die again. No! Oak with a crying face. Crystal says, Crystal chooses death. Like Miles Edgeworth does, you mean? Cookstar, how you doing? Says, I remember when I was building ancient Aztec ruins. How was it? How was it, Cookster? It's good to see you. Quick said, I already made a Yangtze River channel in the spoiler chat just in case. We're gonna get there. It's just a matter of time. Crystal said, it's freaking 40 degrees Celsius. I'm dead, 104 Fahrenheit. That's just too much. That's too much. Nora said, no, Crystal, come back. Oak said, I just wanted to see if Logan would do karaoke. So it wasn't even for a reason. It wasn't like somebody dared you to do it or something. Nora said, Crystal, oh my gosh, rest in peace, girly. I'm praying for you. There's some quotes. Oak said, I did not know that's where Nerf came from. Isn't it? I think that's got to be where it comes from, right? Because Nerf, a gun that fires like soft bullets. They're spongy. Although you can't call them bullets anymore. Nerf, like Hasbro, owner of Nerf, has made it a whole thing. It's like you can't call them Nerf guns, they're Nerf blasters. You can't call them Nerf bullets, they're Nerf darts. It's dumb. Quickgator said 15151, and Oak says that too, and then says, hey. And Quickgator said, I love that one Emma Sky sprite where she's clearly using a Nintendo DS. Wait, was that what she was typing on? Crystal says, the floor is lava, the ceiling is lava, the air is lava, Crystal is melting. No, Crystal! Let me check out the YouTube chat real quick here. Shingo says, obsessive memory over here, guys. I just think that when I first started playing these games, I didn't think I would still be playing them like 3 or 4 years later, and that I wouldn't need to remember all these details. Quickita said, reminder, Logan, Onya Capone is the hero on Simeon Saint's shirt. Oh, that's right, I forgot. I've mentioned before when you were curious about his shirt. That's right, oh, you were right, yes. Toshi says, imagine finding old Bag's head behind the pink princess mask. Are we talking like dead, or that she's just like poking through the wall? Because, I mean, if she's dead, that might not be such a bad surprise. I'm sorry for Wendy Old Bag lovers out there. I'm not a fan of the character. Quick said, can I post the reference list in Twitch chat? Oh, yeah, you know what? Yeah, because by the time I get to it, I'll probably have gone through these things. So I say go for it, Queen Katie. Let's get back to the game for just a little bit here. In the sense that the characters represented here feel a little haphazard somehow, I don't disagree. There's even an empty space here.
Yeah, just an empty hook right in the middle.
Is somebody using that one, perhaps? Well, let's deduce it then. Oh crap, no, I should say before we deduce. I keep forgetting, I need to be safe with these things because I do stupid things sometimes. So save. Because obviously that's going to be the Jammin' Ninja mask. Watch Edgeworth just say, no, it couldn't. It might be something else logically. We don't have to say this. Oh. But the deduce button's there. So deduce. And we're going to go Jammin' Ninja mask. Eureka! Kay was carrying a Jammin' Ninja mask when she was found. But it looks like it might have originally came from this hook. So are all these pieces of evidence, if they're all cheap plastic?
Scientifically speaking, that doesn't seem like a crazy hypothesis.
I don't enjoy the scientifically speaking thing, Emma. You sound like one of the nerdy kids in cartoons when if someone brings out like, if there's like 3 people at a table and someone brings out 2 drinks, they go, according to my calculations, there are not enough drinks for all of us here. It's like, dude, just say, oh, we're missing one. That's all you gotta say.
Which would mean that Kay was really here?
As you put it, not a crazy hypothesis, but why? I mean, since Emma's here, can we start dusting for prints and see if we can find some of Kay's prints? Did she come to steal something, maybe? There's all kinds of stuff here.
Oh, there's Emma saying that. Did you come to steal something, maybe? All kinds of stuff here.
Because she's a great thief who steals the truth, I suppose. No! I think it's too early to jump to any conclusions. Well, it sounds like she accidentally stole the Jammin' Ninja mask, although someone else might have had it. Okay, and this is obviously the big thing from not elevator. There was an elevator on the airplane. The airplane case with the elevator, the dead dad in the elevator in the first investigations game. The statue.
What is it? Got some new data for me?
Not exactly. It's just something from a case I worked on. A piece of evidence. I believe it's called the Alfred statue. I heard what happened. Do I need to read some more in the chat? I was just barely in the chat. I'll read a couple more comments in the chat, but then we gotta get back to this game. I need to actually play on occasion. Oak says, Crystal, I'm gonna dunk you in ice water. Nora said, come here. It's like 60 degrees Fahrenheit right now. Oak says, lurk. I have to fix the calendar on my phone. Fix it. What will happen to it? Nora said, you're giving me an Irish accent fills me with ... anger. Why? I'm Irish. Do I make you angry? I'm technically a citizen of both the United States and Ireland. Cookster says, just give everyone a New York accent. You know what? Everybody should just sound like Apollo Justice. I love this idea, Cookster. Nora says, Twitch is going kaploot for me? Anybody else having issues on Twitch? Oak says, unlurk. Okay, well, I don't know how to fix my calendar. That probably isn't good because I no longer have access to my calendar. I have access to my family's calendar and the calendars for everyone in my family, but not my own? Garlic Ghost says, some Funko Pops scare me. Well, some of them are just like, there's some characters that I don't think should have those proportions and the beady black eyes. But how you doing, Garlic? Good to see you. Nora said, the night begins to shine mention, oh my gosh. Do you like, okay. I should preface this by saying I love the original Teen Titans cartoon as well, but I love Teen Titans Go, and the Night Begins to Shine episodes are some of my favorites. And so yeah, I love that. And Nora said, my Twitch is kaploot. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. Sorry, I still have that cough, by the way, but let's play a bit more of the game. Because we're over like 2 hours into the stream. Not quite to the 2.5 hour mark, so we don't need to start keeping an eye out for raid suggestions just yet, but pretty soon we'll need to start gathering them for when we eventually hit the 3 hour mark. I believe it's called the Alfred statue. And there were two of them, a real one and a fake. Whichever one this is, it shouldn't be here of all places.
It's a game!
Thank you, Crystal. Thank you. Am I not allowed to play the game? Do I have to keep checking the chat? I'm gonna play some game. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna be a good streamer for once. I'm gonna pretend I know what I'm doing here, y'all. But yeah, because I do remember that was the whole thing with it counterfeit. So maybe these are all counterfeits. As I said, they made sure to mention specifically that Franziska is still on the trail of that smuggling ring. So maybe there's somebody here who is creating counterfeits of all these valuable pieces of evidence, or some less valuable, whatever. Making counterfeits and then leaving the counterfeits at the police station and selling the authentic real ones to the highest bidder, or I guess just people who can pay. I'm gonna assume that's what it is until we hear otherwise, because that seems like a reasonable enough explanation.
An old case, huh? Guess you have worked on a bunch of different... Wait, ... Huh?
No! No! Get out of here, Lotta-Heart! No, what are you doing here? I hate you! Gotcha! Lotta-Heart here. Caught in the act, red dang-handed. Guiltier than a tomcat covered in cream.
Oh!
Oh, my eyes! Stop that at once! Ain't no stopping. Ow! I will get to the chat. Let's get to where there's some background music, and then I'll get back to the chat. Otherwise, you'll have to hear all this clicking over and over again while reading chat, and I'm sure it'll get really, really annoying. But thank you very much to the Tomcat, huh?
Guiltier than what you say?
It was... Thank you for the 10 bits. It was guiltier than oh, that's why the Tomcat. Than a Tomcat covered in cream. But thank you very much for the 10 bits. I appreciate it. Ain't no stopping my snapping. Not till I get every dang detail and then some. Y'all think I'm about to let a bunch of dirty criminals go before I get the shot? Think again.
We're not criminals!
Yeah, sure. Pull the other one. It's got bells on. And it's this old music. This is nostalgic, even though I don't really like a lot of heart. It is nostalgic seeing old characters. I just hope Penny Nichols comes back for some more next chapter. That little tiny penny crumb was not enough for me. Oak says, I had 2 Funko Pops of Luffy and Zoro because they were the only One Piece figures at Newbury Comics, and getting any better action figures are more expensive. Oak, were you here the day that I talked about how I saw the guy who was like a father and his son at Walmart? You know how over by the DVD section, the electronics section, they'll have like some anime figures, and how there was a Luffy figure there, and the guy was pushing around his son in the cart. I know I've told the story before, but can't remember if you were there, Oak. but I think you'd appreciate it if I didn't. And the kid stopped and is like, Dad, look, it's Luffy, and like points to the action figure, and the dad grabs it, picks it up, and looks at it, reads, and it says Monkey D. Luffy. And the kid's like, it's Luffy, and the kid goes, no, this character's name isn't Luffy. It says right here the character's name is Monkey D. Luffy. It's Monkey D. Luffy. It's just like this poor kid. He's absolutely right, and the dad's trying to be smart. Oak says, Logan has been surprisingly responsible in chat today. I know, sometimes it's as if I know what I'm doing. Garlic said, question, are the masks in the top corner up there based on the Signal Samurai from the anime? That's a good question. I still haven't seen the anime, so you got the Onya Capone one, and then you got the Starry Student one, so maybe? Quigator said, nope, this is way before the anime came out. Oh, I didn't even know that. This is before the anime, apparently. And Garlic says, aw, thanks. Opinion says, Lada, jump scare, I know! I would have been delighted if it was Penny Nichols returning, but instead it's a lot of heart. Quigator said, this was the spoiler clip moment. He posted in the Twitch chat. I look forward to it. Thank you very much, Queen K. See, Oak says, is the Steel Samurai ever important to the plot besides Larry having a big statue, or is it just a fictional series? I mean, you have Turnabout Samurai where like Will Powers was playing the Steel Samurai and stuff like that. They occasionally revisit stuff where like the Steel Samurai will be involved, but it's not like the Steel Samurai kills anybody, but he shows up regularly and he's like a running gag. And part of the running gag is that Edgeworth is a closeted Steel Samurai fan, which I think is a great characteristic for him. Quigator said, just a fictional series in the universe, and Miles is a mega fan of it. Oak said, how do they even implement that into the game? Like, they just need a fake show? Yeah. Bobo said, we had fun. How the case been? I'm enjoying it until a lot of heart showed up. Bone says, I'm here. How you doing, Bone? Crystal says, Crystal chooses to enter the game. Crystal is fine. I entered my fridge and now freezing. You don't want to, like, die in the fridge either. Both hot and cold can kill you, Crystal. All right, let's play a little bit more here. Yeah, pull the other one. It's got bells on. What does that even mean? This here camera's a weapon of justice. I ain't about to be hornswoggled by your cheap denials. Is it just me, or has her way of speaking got even more southern? I mean, she was always a little southern, but I don't think she was like hornswoggling southern, was she? Maybe I just don't remember her well enough. Oh, it's you. Huh? Hey, you're that low-down, dirty jerk of a prosecutor, ain't ya? Okay, I mean, that's fair. The way he acted back then, that was when he was still kind of under Von Karma's thumb. Who are you calling a low-down, dirty jerk? This is Lotta Hart, a photojournalist by trade. We've crossed paths on a few occasions, especially on that one particular case. She's hard to forget, and even harder to get a word in edgewise with. Quit making that face, will you? That's the face of a no-good schemer if I ever saw one. Seems I didn't leave the best of impressions on her either. Well, it's payback time, Mr. Schemer. You ought to be thankful. All I want from you is a couple of pictures.
But we're just here to investigate.
Sure you are. If by investigate, you mean pull the wool over Lotta's mile-wide eyes.
Sorry, Mr. Edgeworth. I thought she might listen to me. Can we kill her? I mean, if we all agree to, like, not report it, can we just kill her?
It didn't hurt to try, I guess, but we're probably better off leaving her alone for now. Oh, that's it? Oh, and we can go back to investigating the statue. We should probably talk to her first. So, what are y'all doing snooping around a fishy old place like this anyhow? I think it's us who should be asking you that. Me, I'm in it for the truth, for the good of society, and for a little old me, of course. I'm what you might call a photographer for the people. Snapping here, snapping there, snapping every dang where. I'll just leave you to it then. We can talk once you've gotten it out of your system. Okay, so we can't present evidence to her yet. Let's go back to the statue.
You said this statue was a piece of evidence from an old case of yours, right?
I'm not old. It was like, what, 2 weeks ago in universe? Something like that?
It's pretty weird looking, I have to say.
It's known as the Alfred statue.
The what?
The Alfred statue.
The what?
The Alfred statue.
The what?
Sorry, I was just thinking about that old Invader Zim bit.
But it says here it's called the Alif Red statue.
Okay, question is, do we want to headcanon that this is because Edgeworth, his eyesight is going bad and he already needs glasses and he misread it? Or that he just always forgets names because he says Mrs. Monkey, he says Alfred statue, he says like Mr. Thief instead of Little Thief. What do we prefer? That he's just always bad with names? Or that his eyesight is going bad and these are the first clues to him for it?
Alif Red, Alfred, Alfred, Alif Red, Alif Red, Hugh O'Connor, Hugh O'Connor, Hugh O'Connor, Hugh O'Connor. Oh no, you're a goner. Hugh O'Connor.
What are you muttering about?
Oh, nothing. Let's carry on looking around, shall we?
I should also save again. I need to remember to do that more often here. Save. Save. Yay. See, Nora said, Crystal, I have many things to discuss with you. Oak said, do extreme temperatures cause Crystal to speak in third person? I mean, yeah, wouldn't... Oh, I can't look at my old luggage. Oh, that's sad. Okay, so is there everything else that we've checked before we need to check with Kay and Fender then? All right, we'll talk with Kay first, and then we'll check with Fender. Oh, wait, we can't... We've already talked with Kay? Nothing new, Kay?
I hope I've been of help to you so far.
Oh, yeah. Oh, that's what it is. I do remember what this music sounds like. I was talking before. Who was saying, was it Opinion saying this music is really good? Somebody said it was really good. I realized what it reminds me of. It feels like Final Fantasy music to me for some reason. I don't know why. Maybe it just reminds me of the do 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 do. I need like the kind of the harpy music or whatever. So we can look at the elevator or we can talk to Fender. Let's talk to Fender first.
Giving you 10 bits just for being awesome greater than
Oh!
Boo.
Thank...
Hugh O'Connor is making me feel like I just got injected with adrenaline and going insane.
In a good way or a bad way. But thank you so much for the 10 bits. I regret to inform you that I am in fact not awesome, but I will accept the 10 bits nonetheless. Thank you very much. Also, I just noticed something here. This is very unfortunate, but the Alfred statue, we had artistic nudity with the mannequin. We also have it there. Look, he's got a little thing. He's got a little dangly thing right there. You see that? It's very tiny, but it's there. Maybe I should leave my cursor over top of it to cover it up. So there you go. There you go. But thank you for the 10 bits. Oh boy, this whole experience is enough to boggle a guy's mind. Mysterious storerooms, damsels in distress. It's got the lot. Could you at least try to take things a little more seriously, Fender?
Yeah, I could try.
No, but seriously, I'm as keen to help Kay as you are. She's safe with me. You go do your thing. It's not Kay I'm worried about. It's you, Fender. It's you. That's right. Yes, get your face right in my belly button. Give me a raspberry. Okay, so let's, I guess, investigate the elevator. Did we ever talk to Emma as well? Yeah, we did. Okay, so I think this is the last thing we're investigating. Let me just double check that we've gotten everything. We've checked that. Did we check there's nothing to check with the ladder. All this stuff, everything is checked off. Because the last thing I want is for the game to advance and I didn't get to check the other things. So I look forward to seeing Queen Katie's, oh, I see the list in the chat. We should get to it. Let's see. Crystal says, items that Logan didn't catch on at the time of writing this. Marvin Grossberg's painting. Wait, his painting? Where was his painting? Huh. I'm not sure. Oh, that's probably got to be what's wrapped up in the string over there. Red White's Blue Corp desk, that's got it right here. Globe holding statue from Turnabout Sisters. The plaque containing Tender Lender's motto, win through copper. Oh, that's what it was! That's why it seemed weird and yet familiar. Tender Lender. Oh, and that was, wasn't that El Tigre Furio? Was that the Tender Lender character? Recipe for Turnabout. A3, the bottle of Callisto Yu's perfume. Oh, so that's what the bottle was. So it was Callisto Yu's. Aw, I remember her. She had freckles and laughed. A pot of Bobbly's ink, and a white crystal oil powdered lantern from Turnabout Ablaze Investigations 1. And Quique said the wooden box was not listed in the wiki, so I assume it's not an actual reference, but I like what Logan was thinking. I'm going to assume that's what it is. That's the box of clothes that Maya hid in, so we don't get some of these other things. I also want to say the walkie-talkie. I'd have to check and see what Mask to Mask's walkie-talkie looked like. Oh wait, no, it couldn't be his, because his was modeled to look like his face, right? Because it had the line going down the center, so it can't be that. Okay, so thank you very much, I appreciate it. And Oak says, return of Edagawa voice. A little bit.
Wow, this is some sturdy construction. Thick floor plate, sturdy supports.
At a rough estimate, I'd say it could hold 50 of you easily. Oh, it's Emma's, why?
Okay, at a rough estimate, I'd say it could hold 50 of you easily, Mr. Edgeworth.
If Apollo Justice were here, we could convert that into a number of violins. Except for the fact that it's nowhere near big enough.
I don't know, like if some of the Edgeworths put other Edgeworths in their pockets, I bet we could compress you all. You say that, but pack yourselves in tight enough and I think you just might do it.
I really don't think so. Anyway, we have more important things to be investigating. We can theorize about the elevator once we're done.
Maybe you're right. Fine. 45, Mr. Edgeworth. 48 tops.
Can I look at the button there? Okay, so that means we gotta probably put together puzzle pieces in our brain. Or, this is to talk to Emma, right?
Ask me anything. I'm all ears.
We can present all of our evidence to her and see what she says. Then we'll try and put pieces together in our brain. Broken plush! Are you interested in toys like this, Emma? You're a child, right? Or what? How old are you? Like 8? I can't tell.
How many dead Gregories could we fit in there?
Oh, because it's an elevator. Ah! Just one. That's all it takes. But thank you very much for the 10 bits. Oh, I didn't even think about that. It's an elevator. I should have. Elevators always gotta have dead dads in them. Fender's safe because he has never sired offspring. But anybody else, if you're dad, if you get into an elevator in Ace Attorney, you're gonna die. But thank you very much for the 10 bits, Oak. I appreciate it. Are you interested in toys like this, Emma?
Well, sure, these materials, the texture, its density is pretty fascinating, actually. Look, you can tell from the way the fur is worn down here that it was made quite a while ago.
You said that he was a cutie before.
Yeah, he's cute. That was a totally different conversation.
Maybe I'm just not scientific enough to understand how she compartmentalizes these features. All right, victim's letter.
I'm afraid there's not a whole lot for me to go on here, Mr. Edge.
There's a literal blood stain, Emma. That is forensics.
Scientifically speaking, I mean.
In other words, you're not sure what you're looking at. Okay, I'm just noticing this with Emma. There's something weird about her sprite. I think we even talked about this before when we got the Apollo Justice Emma sprites. It's like the lip gloss. It's making her look too detailed compared to other people for some reason.
No, it's not a matter of knowing, it's a matter of information. I need more data.
Okay, that's what she says when she doesn't have anything to say. So I should read some more chat while we're going over these. Queen Gator said, however, it doesn't work anyway, because all these items are supposed to be Miles-related items, and he was not in that case. Oh, well, maybe that's why he doesn't recognize it. Okay, the question is, are they specifically Miles-related? Is someone doing this? Maybe someone's out to get him. Maybe someone's bringing all these in and selling them to, like, frame him for counterfeiting and selling them or something like that? Quigator said, spoiler clip incoming. Quigator said, no, we were about to get the moment. Bone says, we do a little trolling. Crystal says, I love both Teen Titans. Awesome, then high five, Crystal. Because anybody that I say that I like Teen Titans Go, they're like, no, I hate it because I love the original. It's like, I do too. I love them both. They're just both very different. Let's see, Nora said, samesies, yeah! Crystal says, shush. Chat, shush, what? What? Why are we shushing, chat? Quick said, I want my spoiler clip moment. Oak says, raid suggestions. Oh, thank you very much for the raid suggestions. Yeah, because we are past the 2.5 hour mark. So now actually is a good time for people to start keeping an eye out for raid suggestions if people have them. So thank you very much, Oak. I am copying these over right now, so we'll be able to check out all of our raid options a little bit later on. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Let's keep presenting stuff to Emma, see if she has anything to say on any of these. And there's the spoiler clip. Queekaty says, we've waited. Okay, so for anyone who is lurking or who doesn't know the deal, a few of our chatters, especially Quincator, are really good about this. We'll create what we call spoiler clips. Basically, anytime earlier in a game, if I accidentally foreshadow something or guess something correctly, or maybe guess something wildly wrong, then someone will post a spoiler clip. Wait, this is from Metaphor Refantasio. How is it? This is from a different game entirely. That's called A Lot of Heart, but it's from last month from Metaphor. Okay, well, you know what? Let's just find out together. Doc said, shall I compare thee to a homophobic cat? Oak says, no, I didn't think we had mods. Queekaty salutes. Lizard said, Yufa's name reminds me of the Lot of Heart in her first showing. Is it okay if I admit that I am not a fan of Lotta Heart? I did not particularly enjoy her character. I don't want to be a buzzkill, but I am not a Lotta Heart enjoyer. Okay, to be fair, at least I didn't say, thank goodness she'll never show up again, or something like that. But thank you very much, Quincaty. I appreciate that. And not to be buzzkill, but I stand by my assessment. Okay, still nothing to say here. See, Nora says, Lotta, oh my gosh, I love you. Queekaty said, name fact time. Oak says to Nora, very conflicting opinions. Nora says, I love Lotta so much, how do you not like her? I don't like her. Oh, here we go, here's some new dialogue.
Now, why do you suppose Kay lost her memory? She probably suffered some kind of huge shock, right?
Okay, so is it from physical trauma or like, type of shock? Well, she did manage to get herself wrapped up in a murder.
Well, yeah, but like all of us do. We're stumbling across bodies every couple of weeks. It's really messed up. I mean, you have no idea our collective therapy bill. I remember when it happened to me too a long time ago. I was so scared.
That's right. Oh, it wasn't the body in your car's trunk, Miles.
If it wasn't for my sister, I wouldn't be standing here talking with you like this. That's for sure. But you have to help her, okay, Mr. Edgeworth? You have to help Kay.
Of course, that's exactly what I mean to do. Okay, pamphlet. Anything to say here? Nothing to say. Doc says, she makes me so mad, I hate her. Why is she still in these games? Yes, okay, Doc. I'm not the only Lotta Heart unenjoyer, disenjoyer. What's the right word? I don't want to use hater, because I don't think it's quite full-flung hatred for me, but I don't enjoy her. And Quickaty with a name fact saying her full name is a play on A Lot of Heart, which refers her to her well-meaning nature. Is she well-meaning? She's just trying to get a scoop and get some money. Her Japanese name is Natsumi Osawagi. Osawagi comes from Osawagi, which means clamor or uproar. Natsumi was meant to convey an image of summer from Natsu. Oh, that's nice. Nora said, I love Lotta so, and then Quickaty said her French name is Ava Koze Sochi, which is a play on Elva Cose de Sosis, which means she'll be trouble. Quickaty said Heart was the designer's idea of a stereotypical person from Osaka. Apparently, the developers in the Osaka Capcom offices did not appreciate the implication that people from Osaka are cheapskates. I do think it's interesting. I've seen a couple of times in like anime and manga when someone's from Osaka, they give them like a southern accent. So is that what Osaka is? Are that, because I don't know, like geographically, north, south, east, west, which way Osaka is, but are they like the southerners of Japan? Oak says, I don't like Lotta, mostly because she just kept lying in court for no reason. There we go. Okay, let's see. Still nothing from Emma there. We got a few more pieces to present to her. Then we'll be back in the main part of the game, I promise.
There's not a whole lot to go on here. Not matter, no one matter of information.
Gotta have something to say about the mask, right? No! Oak says she had no reason to lie in court that much. She was just making our lives harder. Exactly. I want to say something about a Danganronpa character that is very similar, but you and Nora aren't there yet, so I can't. Oak says, "Great child. What is Steel Samurai even about?" It's a Japanese superhero show. It's like a Kamen Rider type of a show.
That's Kay's pin, right?
It is. It's one of her most prized possessions, and yet she doesn't even remember it.
Huh? Maybe it just needs a bit more pizzazz. I could customize it a little. What do you think? A pink ribbon here, a white feather there. We could have it looking pretty in no time.
Thank you, but I think we'd better leave it as it is, lest we confuse Kay and her memories any further. Okay, so we did all the talking. Okay, maybe we need to say these things to her. I don't know. Let's ask her about Lotta Hart, because I feel like these other things are just when we're out of ideas.
Ms. Hart sure seems to have a grudge against you, Mr. Edgeworth. Low-down, dirty jerk of a prosecutor. I mean, I'm not disagreeing with her, but she really wasn't holding back.
We've met a few times, on one case in particular. You know, I kind of wish that Phoenix Wright and Edgeworth had adopted Emma, because they both worked with her independently. They could be her dads. But let's not let her attitude and sudden appearance distract us from the job at hand. We just need to gather all the facts and apply the principles of logical reasoning. By following my methods, the truth will present itself soon enough. Low down, dirty journalists notwithstanding. Oh, can you see what I mean? I used her words against her.
Don't take this the wrong way, but it wasn't that great to begin with, but it's even worse when you explain it. Did her calling you a low-down dirty jerk get to you, Mr. Edgeworth?
Knurk! Don't be ridiculous! I don't know why. I just have gotten to the point now where, oh, he's looking at us again. I just enjoy fully pronouncing Gnurk. All right, let's save and then put some puzzle pieces together in our brain. Speaking of Veros, have we even seen Vero yet? I miss Vero. Nora says, I love Lotta. Oak says, how? What is there to love? Garlic says, the Steel Samurai is about the titular character fighting the evil, but we don't know much else, I think. All right, let's go. Puzzle pieces. But again, it's got to be like a Kamen Rider type of thing, yeah? The evidence all has price tags attached, high price tags. Piles of money were left in the storeroom. Some kind of deal? Okay, so we gotta connect these two. Oh! We've seen items of old evidence marked with price tags along with a huge pile of cash. I think it's pretty clear that somebody has been running an illicit trade in judicial goods.
Shady deals in a hidden 51st floor. This is big, it has to be right.
Yes, that's the name of the building. I prefer to pronounce both G's, though. It is big G. I think it might be, but we'll need to investigate a little further yet. Okay, so obviously the Committee for Prosecutorial Excellence has got to be in on this, right? Excelsior winner has got to be either involved or the one behind this. Yeah? The question is Judge Gavelle? I feel like after last case, I don't like Judge Gavelle anymore. Early on, I felt like, she's the new rival character that later on we'll realize she's got a good heart. I don't know if she has a good heart. For one thing, she's in a cult or something like that. I think it might be, but we'll need to investigate a little further yet. We need to find out more about what's going on here.
If only there was an eyewitness we could interview, like a photographer lady who may or may not have been lurking in the shadows yesterday as well.
No, actually, she's probably here because she heard about the murder. She probably wasn't here yesterday. An eyewitness, huh? Or are we talking about Lotta? Because, okay, the investigation isn't complete, so let's save and then I guess go talk to Lotta? Lotta Hart? Lotta. Surround her. Come on, Emma, let's surround her. There we go. That's close enough. Why exactly are you here, Miss Hart? Me, I told you, I'm in it for the truth, for the good of society, and for little old me. Wait, this is the same dialogue as before, right? I'm a photographer for the people.
For the people?
If you won't tell me the real reason you're here, perhaps I can hazard a guess. Okay, no, this is new dialogue then. Somebody was carrying out an illicit police in evidence trafficking scheme here in the storeroom. Oh, you're right, it is a DS! I didn't even notice before. I think I just assumed it was like a flip phone or sideways, something like that. Didn't they used to have phones that would like flip out kind of, they'd rotate around kind of sideways? It is just a little DS. What is the little sticker on it? It looks like a P and an S. So what would that stand for? What was her Japanese name again? That you said? I don't think it started with oh, maybe it's, actually, I don't know. There's a heart there.
Oh, she's after a juicy story. Makes sense.
Well, how'd y'all figure that out? Guess it means I don't have to tiptoe around it anymore now. See, she lies for no reason. One of my sources told me on the down low about an underground auction. What? So all the items here were sold to the highest bidder. Folks was slinging money around like it was going out of fashion. Had to come see for myself, of course. Get eyes on the subject, you know. Should have heard the tales my contact was telling. Taller than 2 trees, or so I thought at first. Anyway, wasn't about to write it up based on hearsay alone. So yesterday I snuck in, slunk behind this here statue, and settled in to wait. But all I observed was a murder. Oh, sad face. Bidding started late at night and carried on right through the break of dawn. Okay, so she actually did see the auction happen. It's almost too bad that in all the previous games we've caught the bad guys. It'd be great if we could have like villains from old cases come back and they were all the ones at the auction. So, the auction and the murder happened on the same night? Coincidence? Show her all of our evidence now. No offense and all, but if you're trying to reel me in here, y'all better have some tasty bait on the hook, by which I mean scoops, and plenty of them. She didn't seem interested in that at all. Okay, so that's what she says when she has nothing to say. I'll read some more in the chat while we're doing this. Oak says, why is Lotta just Gideon from Gravity Falls, but slightly less evil? Okay, but Gideon was, okay, here's the thing. Gideon was evil, but Gideon was a fun character, at least. When he'd show up, it's like, yeah. Magpie says, I think it's bad with names because he would have heard Alif Red in the previous case, right? Okay, yeah, I guess he misheard that as Alfred, but still. Oak says, Logan, I love you, why? Why? Nora says, Hugh O'Connor. Oak said, I was about to send a TTS doing a Hugh O'Connor bit, but Logan never fails me. Aw, thank you. Want to see a dead body, Lotta? Oh, you don't think a dead body is a juicy hook, Lotta? Let's see. Garlic says, Hugh O'Connor strikes again. He probably will for the rest of these Ace Attorney games. Nora said, Oak, she's silly and whimsical, and I love doing her accent. Oak says to Nora, she's not silly or whimsical. She's a pathological liar. Nora said she's silly and whimsical and I love her. Magpie says the painting is behind the suitcase. Oh, you're right. Oh, it is there. Oh, I forgot about that, but you're right. I missed it. How did I miss that? It's so huge. Oh, I forgot about, thank you, Magpie. Oh, and Oak has posted another clip to the chat. Okay, so let me, oh, good crap. There's more over in the YouTube chat. Let me read the YouTube first, because I've been neglecting YouTube, and then we'll get back to the Twitch. I'm sorry. Because Toshi is there. Toshi, I hope you didn't leave because I'm taking so long to check the chat. Quick said, this is spoiler. Oh, read it before. Toshi says, can we kill Lotta? I'm sure that man will defend us. Maybe that's just Edgeworth's way of getting some attention from that man. Toshi says it was Connor all along. Quick said, actually, the wiki says that it is the walkie-talkie from Justice for All. Really? I just removed it from the list since you did catch that. Also, you can press T for Emma talk. But Logan, the Emma Sky dialogue is funny. Okay, we'll go back to it after this if we're able to. If not, we can always stagger a save and reload and try it some more. So deal? We'll see it regardless. But first, we got to check out this clip that Oak posted into the chat. This will tell me how far behind I am. The video download was canceled. Please try again. I got to reload. Click here to reload play. Okay, Oak for some reason is not loading. It says it was from 20 minutes ago, titled, Hey, it's perfectly normal sized Alfred. but it's giving me an error, and I'm not able to load it. I'm so sorry. Oops, and I think... There we go, click that. Yeah, I don't know why it's not letting me check out the clip. Oak says to Nora, she's like Audrey in episode 1 of Twin Peaks, where she's only there to annoy everyone else before Audrey got interesting and cool. Magpie says, that's not Mask to Mask, you're thinking of... Oh, Shelly to Killer. I got their names mixed up. I'm sorry. Shelly to Killer. I meant Shelly to Killer. I'm so sorry. I am so sorry, Magpie. Thank you for keeping me honest and being on the ball with that. Crystal says, chat, I really like So, and your turn to die. No! No, Crystal! So is a liar McLiarson. Hate So. How could you, Crystal? Crystal! Garlic says, how far are you into your turn to die? Crystal said just finished chapter 2 and met green dude Nagiso. Oh, you remember Nagiso? Okay, yeah, Garlic, when we played Your Turn to Die, we had a running gag because we just played Danganronpa before that, and every time Nagito did anything, I'd always shout, freaking Nagito! And so when Midori showed up, I renamed him freaking Nagiso as a combination. Oh, and then parentheses, Midori, Logan named him Nagiso, and he played the game. Not just Nagiso, it was freaking Nagiso. So every time we'd see him, it would be like, freaking Nagiso, ... Nora says, I gotta go. Oh, no, good night, Nora. Thank you so much for popping in. I'm glad you seem to have fun at your soccer game. Oak says, good night to Nora. Chris says, night to Nora. Nora says, good night, everyone. Oak at the timestamp, 2:34:53. I'm doing pretty good. Just a little over 15 minutes behind. Oak says, ignore that. I'm slightly off in timing. Well, I wouldn't have known except that you told me. Doc says, it is a full-flung hatred for me. She sucks. Well, now we can indulge in that since Nora has stepped away. Okay, we gotta keep presenting stuff to her. I have a feeling she's not gonna say anything about anything. No, nothing at all, nothing. What about the flower? Nothing at all. Quigator said, yep, Osaka are basically the southerners of Japan. My favorite detective from Detective Conan is an Osaka guy, and he has quite the accent. Wait, so is Conan himself, Detective Conan, I don't know what the Japanese name of the character is. I want to say Jimmy Kudo, because I'm used to the dub. Is he not your favorite? Don't say who is your favorite if it's not. Garlic said, sorry, y'all got a dip. Nighty, thank you so much for being here, Garlic. Good night. Oh, crap, we're losing people left and right. Good night, Garlic. Oak said good night to Garlic. Says, I miss Vero. I miss Vero all the time. Sometimes just during the day. I'll post some of the Transformers chat on Discord and be like, I miss Vero. Let's see. Oak says, why does Edgeworth always climax after putting puzzle pieces together? Because I think it's funny. I should probably stop doing that. Oak says, is Phoenix under the table or something? Or does he just really like puzzle pieces? What it is logic is his superpower, and it's because his body gives him positive reinforcement for it. Quick said, Logan, that's E and S for Emma Sky. Oh, on the thing. Why did I think it looked like, I thought it was a P. Okay, so it's E and S. That makes so much more sense. Thank you, Queen Katie. Oak says, no, it's an E and an S for epic skills. Okay, so we presented... Oh, there we go! Finally something that she says, hey, I know that pen. It belongs to the real Yotagarasu. You may be interested to learn that. You're kidding, right? That story's older than my grandpa's drawers. I'm trying to remember, did Lotta Hart make an appearance in Investigations 1? I feel like she did. I need something more relevant, you know? Something that'll hit hard and boggle minds. And would you go so far as to fabricate information in order to boggle minds, as you put it? What do you think I am, huh? Now I'll just spice it up a little. Had a couple of bells, maybe some whistles, who knows, even a cherry on top if the mood takes me. That's the very definition of fabrication. Oh. Okay, so Queen Katie wanted to see the other Emma dialogue first, so we'll check that out. So we gotta go to T for Emma.
Ask me anything, I'm all ears.
No, oh, look, a lot of hearts off there. Notice anything?
I can't believe they suspect poor Kay. It's outrageous.
I couldn't agree more, but the best thing we can do right now is to stay calm and look for clues.
Except I've been scientifically processing the situation, and I think I've come up with a better idea. Maybe we could administer some carefully targeted electric shocks directly to Kay's brain. What do you say? Might just be the thing to bring a memory back online. I mean, I think it's ethical as long as you don't do it on a gay person.
That sounds more than a little risky. It sounds incredibly risky, in fact.
personally, I'm still of the opinion that searching this room for clues is the better option.
Really? Oh, I want to electrocute someone so bad. But a little risk is what science is all about.
Yes, a little being the operative phrase. And Emma Sky?
I'm back for a little while to interpret for my professor, but I'm still mostly based in Europe. Gotta keep studying until I'm the finest forensic investigator under the sun. Surely it's all uphill from here. Surely not some glimmerous fop will get in the way and make my life a living heck. So I turned to a snacku addiction.
I'm very glad to hear you say that. Dedication to one's chosen field is a student's greatest responsibility.
It sure is, but I don't just want to get ahead academically. I've been trying hard at sports too. You should see my shot put. Especially that one event they have in school athletic meets. You know the one. You know the one.
There are quite a few to choose from.
It's huge over there, and unlike here, it's considered a real hardcore sport for adults. That's right, I'm talking about glasses battles. Who hasn't heard of those, right?
Glasses battles? Me? Never. Not even once. I need to Google this. Achievement unlocked! Glasses battle for listening to Emma Sky talk in the storeroom about her studies. Okay, thank you, Queen Katie, for helping me get an achievement. I need to look up what this is. Glasses battles. It's a musical artist, apparently. I'm not seeing anything about glasses battles. Okay, if anybody ever wants to tell me what the heck glasses battles are, I would love to hear it. Also, crap, we're less than 5 minutes away from the 3-hour mark. Now is a great time to keep an eye out for raid suggestions. Let's see, over on YouTube, Opinion says, say what you will about her, but I will always love Lotta's insane turns of phrases. You know what? Her dialogue is never boring. I will give you that opinion. Toshi says, yes, Lotta was photographing in the hall in the embassy case. Okay, I do remember correctly. I can't remember if we ever talked to her, but I feel like I at least saw her in the game. Said electric shock. Let's bring Von Carmen. No! That was so easily avoidable. Quickgator said, I didn't even know that's an achievement, lol, but I posted a fun fact in Twitch. Ooh, I look forward to it. Well, we gotta talk to Lotta Hart. And we also got to catch up in chat, though, because we are behind. Y'all need something. Let's also save before we do this here, just because that's good. And let me read some more in the chat. Crystal says, Vera, puzzle pieces. I'm sorry. I want to say Vera when I see that. And Oak says, Vero, frown. Crystal says, future me. Did Logan say Vero pieces? I said Vero, but I caught myself before I said pieces, but yes. Quickita said, I miss Vero. Doc said, I was lurking and thought the clip name was the video clip couldn't be loaded or whatever. Yes, I'm sorry, Oak, that happened. And sorry, Doc, for the confusion. Crystal says, Logan. Frown said, but so makes things more interesting. So makes things more difficult, I will say that. Oak said, I posted the clip in Discord because it isn't loading for longer. Thank you. I'll check it out after the stream then, so he can watch it after the stream if he desires. I do want to see it. So thank you, Oak. Doc says, alrighty, I'm off for tonight. Bye, Doc. Thanks so much for being here. Always so good to see you. You're awesome. Oak says, goodbye, Doc. Doc says, waves, goodbye. Quickita said, Lotta did not show up in the first investigation game, only made a nameless cameo. Oh, in the final case. Yeah, so she was there, though. She was, like, in the background. Oak says, I'm all ears. Queen Katie said, my favorite is Heiji Hattori, or as the dub calls him, Shudder's Harley Hartwell. In the dub, they made him a Canadian for some reason. Maybe Canada is the Osaka of the United States. Quickita said Oak says her name is no longer Emma. She's all ears now. Emma is only based when she's in Europe. Oh, the end of chat is inside. Look at that. In fact, I can see at the very bottom that Crystal posted some raid suggestions. So let me copy these over so I can be checking these out while we're reading the last little comments in chat so I can fully catch up. Quickita said, when talking about her life in Europe, Emma mentions glasses battles. A, quote, war of the eyeglasses was previously mentioned by Maya Fey during Turnabout Goodbyes. Oh, that's a long time ago. When examining the flags by Larry Butts' stand. What does that have to do with anything? The war of the eyeglasses?
I know that in history there was like the War of the Roses. That was a thing. Although I'm gonna be honest, I don't even quite know exactly what that was. What's the War of the Eyeglasses? Quickity said, I forgot that's an achievement. And a 257.07. Look at that, I'm only 2 minutes behind. I'm totally gonna catch up. Crystal says, Dianosaur. Oh, that's another raid suggestion. So hang on, Crystal has a couple more raid suggestions. I thought you were just saying dinosaur, but for the heck of it, and it misspelled it. So thank you very much, Crystal. I will copy all of these raid suggestions over. I'm sorry for those who were lurking that you're having to take a pause for a moment for me to do these things. But thank you very much. I appreciate that, Crystal. Crystal with an emote. Oak said, thank you for the very ... heartfelt. You can't see it because it's spelled differently, YouTube. Oak spelled it H-A-R-T, heartfelt stream. It made me smile. And there you go, 3 hours exactly on the nose. I think it's the first time I've ever caught him to chat at exactly 3 hours. There's a lag, so it'll probably look like a few seconds later to you, but I looked down and it was 3:00:00, and that amuses me far more than it has any right to. But I caught up to chat for the first time of the night, yeah. So let me check out these raid suggestions that Crystal has posted here. And thank you very much for all of these. It'll just take me a quick moment to get through. By the way, if you're lurking, let me really quickly give you the rundown on the channel and everything. Our schedule, it's weird this week, so you gotta pay attention. We stream Tuesdays, Thursdays, Fridays, and Sundays, currently alternating between this game, Ace Attorney Investigations 2 Prosecutor's Gambit, and Metaphor Refantasio. Oh, thank you, Toilet Duck. I will save. I think I already did, but I'm a good trained Pavlovian dog. So I will save. Also, crap, I should probably take us out of slow mode on Twitch chat, or at least move slow mode to like 5 seconds. Oh, it's only on 10 seconds, so that isn't even that bad. There we are. But yes, crap, what was I saying? Metaphor Refantasio. So normally, tomorrow would be Metaphor. However, Sunday is gonna be canceled because that's Mother's Day. Spend time with your moms or mom-like figures in your lives, or just let me spend time with my mom. And so because last week had 2 Metaphor streams, this week we're gonna have 2 Ace Attorney streams. So tomorrow's gonna be Ace Attorney, and we're adding a bonus Saturday stream day after tomorrow to play Chained Together with a couple of friends. I hope it works out and that we don't have to like cancel last minute if people suddenly bail. I'll post in the Discord if that ends up happening. But yeah, I'll check out these raid suggestions. Also, let me do this. I'm sure Crystal's probably doing this already, but here's a link tree with all my social media stuff. I'm gonna copy this over to YouTube as well. That includes a Discord invite link, my Twitch, TikTok, YouTube, Twitter, all this stuff. Feel free to check that out to your heart's content, or if your heart feels uncontented with it, feel free to ignore those things to your heart's content. Because, you know, some social media stuff is not for everybody. So let me check out all these raid suggestions here. And, oh, I noticed there's like a lot of Your Turn to Die suggestions that are coming up here. Didn't we just like recently raid someone? We should probably go with this. Okay, of the 2 Your Turn to Die raid suggestions, one of them has fewer viewers but is much farther into the game than the other. So maybe we should do the one that's not quite as far into the game. So yeah, let's do that. It looks like there might be some spoiler stuff, but you guys can always say hi and then mute or something like that. Let me go ahead and initiate the raid stuff here. And thank you, Oak, for copying down the raid message. I feel bad that we didn't see Vero here. It's like the second time this week. Not in a row, but second time this week we didn't see Vero. Oak said, more like Metaphor P Fantasia. Let's say Fantasio autocorrect hates me? Quickity said, Yahoo! I just pulled a shiny Pokemon during my TCG poll just now. Nice, congratulations. Quickity said, thank you for the very Lotta stream. See y'all next time for more Lotta stream. Oak said, good night, love y'all. Yeah, we'll find out about this underground auction next time. I'm gonna fully turn off slow mode right now. But yes, thank you all so much for hanging out. So yeah, don't forget, tomorrow is not Metaphor like usual. It's gonna be more Ace Attorney. Metaphor is gonna be on Tuesday, and then Saturday is a bonus stream. Sunday is gonna be canceled. Love and appreciate you all. You guys are all amazing. Thank you for hanging out with me. Like, you have no idea how much you brighten my day. Who was it earlier that was saying like, that you like seeing how excited I am when people come in? It's because like I am excited to see you guys. So thank you for bringing so much joy into my life. I don't think I can thank you guys enough. It means the world to me. Again, love and appreciate you all. I don't know why I always do that on my forehead, but have an amazing day. Enjoy the raid. We'll see you tomorrow. We won't have to wait very long for this. And then Saturday for Change Together, Tuesday for Metaphor Refantasio. Oak say goodnight, Sir Longman, Big Magic Daddy. Yes, goodnight, everybody. Enjoy the raid. Bye, everybody. Bye. Bye, 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 bye. Got the hiccups while I'm saying goodbye all of a sudden. Bye. And for those watching the VOD or over on YouTube, or if you got left behind by the raid, it looks like a couple people that might have happened to. Good night as well.